Escape. Hello.
So after all that, you guys found a shit ton of gold. You did find the crown that you were looking for, and Paelias found a magic box, or a box with a magic thing inside. So you got all of that loot back to the boat, including the sarcophagus for experimentation. That's right, you're level 13.
Nephis needs to make his thing.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Fuck.
I thought I tagged everybody in that. So
you did, but
did.
he doesn't. He didn't read.
I don't do the readings.
That's okay.
You didn't do the homework.
You know,
I was sick.
It's okay. I read it for you.
My dog.
Did you do my homework for me?
No, but I read the
Oh,
assignment.
well, fuck you then if you read it for me. Instead, you sent me fucking black guy, like, Instagram meme of, like, I just wish somebody would touch my insert, like, phallic name.
Touch my shrimp.
I wish somebody would touch my Slim Jim.
Well, what would I send you? Just what Chris said in the Discord that you also wouldn't read?
Yeah, I can also read and
Read it
also
if it was
ignore.
from you.
I think we're
Anyways,
recording.
you got a
it
couple
feels
minutes.
special.
You got a couple minutes to get your thing
Ah,
upgraded,
shit.
anyways, and then it'll immediately update. I'm saying that because like it's mostly RP for the next indeterminate amount of time, depending on how it goes. But yeah, we're not in combat or anything. So
If it's any
I'll do
solace,
my homework in
it
class.
doesn't look like there's much
Yeah.
that Ranger gets for level 13, so it should be pretty easy.
there you go. Wow. Well, Knight set the standard. Don't fuck it up.
No, I'm just
Okay.
looking at the fucking book.
Thanks, Knight. So, yeah, you guys made your way back to Sanctuary Island, and then I think after like a week of hanging out, a frigate pulls in, a strange frigate that nobody's ever seen or heard of, pulls into harbor, and unloads a captain named Captain Collins who comes from New Ravnica, Nephis. And they had a little chitty chat. He ended up sharing his maps, so he's come from like several months of sailing away. So you have a little bit more of an extensive map available to you, Mr. Captain.
Ooh.
And that's about where we let off.
So we know where New Ravnica is now.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a larger map that we have, like on Dick?
I have added this map here.
Ooh,
I'm still working on the other map because there's a couple islands and things that I wanted to add in, but it is to you're sailing like down this way. It's to your east southeast.
New Ravnica.
I think
And
that
what's said to be
distance-
there?
So I don't know how much you, Devon, know about the setting of Ravnica in D&D.
No.
How much do you... Okay, so Ravnica is a plane, much like any of the other planes, but instead of just being instead of being like an elemental plane or anything like that, it is an infinite city. It is an infinite city plane. And as per the so far enjoyed calamities that are going on around you, a chunk of that infinite city got ripped off and tumbled into the Shattered Realm. And so it's a pretty big city in the middle of the sea. So they started sending out ships, and that's the evidence that you guys have found is that. So these guys come from an entirely different plane, and that's what that is. So the New Ravnica that's what they named their island, just because, well, they were from the plane of Ravnica. Now they are in here. So it's the new Ravnica, and they're starting to send out ships exploring that you found out, and they're actively like trying to make contact with other peoples.
Oh.
And what happened in IC is Vinshenzo brokered a
It's
deal
okay.
with Captain Collins for him to.
But this isn't something that any of the characters would have found out yet, anyways,
Oh,
because
okay.
as per
Alright,
the
I
end,
won't.
no, you can still tell
You
him that. It
don't know
doesn't
that.
fucking matter. He's gonna enjoy.
Uh,
My point is, though, it's like it's not as though it would have been relevant to the start of this session, anyways.
gotcha.
To having known before the start of this session. Let me phrase
Hell
that
yeah,
that way.
dude.
But you will get to hear about it, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, so that's brings everybody actually up to speed to the start of the session.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Yeah, fuck you, Vin. If anybody, I don't know if Carlos and Vin, you guys are eager to jump right into where it was left off in the IC, but if you are, I'm gonna quickly get some double check some info with the other Folkarinos before we dive into you. That's okay.
I'm okay.
Fine with that.
Deadly. So Paelias, I know that you're still waiting. You're waiting on your order for Draconic Statuette and Forked Middle Rods,
Yep.
of which you have
Also-
already paid in full. Yes, hello.
Yes. Do we have access to? Let's see now. I need to check. What the fuck did this spell actually require? Okay.
Metal-
Medicinal shrooms, saffron, and fat.
What was the first one?
Medicinal shrooms. You need mushroom powder. Saffron
Mushroom.
and fat.
Powder. Okay. I'm
Spores.
gonna just assume it's any kind of mushroom. If it just generically says mushroom powder.
Okay, so you need an ointment for the eyes that costs 25 GP. It's made from mushroom powder, saffron, and fat, and is consumed by the spell.
You can definitely find fat because animals. Yeah, I'm sure somebody could find it somewhere in somebody could find it somewhere on the island, the saffron, because I think it grows in that same type of climate. And the mushroom powder is easy. You probably talk to, if you want to do it yourself, you can go through the effort, but Walton is also an apothecary. Hint or wink, depends on how you
Wink.
want to take that. Yeah, so he might know, he might be able to give you a hand too.
Saffron is like the most valuable thing in the world.
Let me just Google saffron real quick so that I know what it
people
is.
killed over saffron. It's kind of cool, you know. We should do that.
Like cultivating it is very hard, and you can only like harvest like 3 things from the flower at a time or whatever. I don't know.
Duck, duck, go, saffron. Let's take a field trip with the frizz.
Okay.
Saffron is a spice derived from a flower of crocus. I genuinely don't know anything about it, so let me just give it a quick eyeball, and I'll make an effort. I will make an effort to not just create commonality out of a rare item I know nothing about. Where is it common to? Da, 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 da. Where the fuck does it grow? Or does it just grow anywhere?
Saffron is believed to be native to the Mediterranean, Asia Minor, and Iran, although Spain, France, Italy.
Saffron
You get
crop thrives best in arid and semi-arid lands.
That's definitely not you guys. You're on like tropical Hawaiian island. So if the saffron doesn't grow in Hawaii, you fucked.
Sorry.
So you can definitely
We're
get
gonna be-
fat and mushroom powder. It's
I guess
don't
if we're going to
say
be getting, if
Go
we're going to
ahead.
be getting any of that stuff, the Isle of Beasts might be a good place to check.
I
Yes.
could grow my shroom.
Thank you.
I have to remember that Vin's the one holding the camera right now.
What's that mean?
He's holding something.
Okay. So aside from any questions, if you do have more Paelias, I'd love to hear them. But aside from that, I'd just like to get a quick update. Oh, you're pondering the cube. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, I was pondering the cube.
You continue
I'm
to
sorry.
pondering cube.
Yeah, I'll spend the 5 days.
It's a
Doing
puzzle
that.
2 days.
box
2 days
we
is what you
found
expect.
in the
Yeah.
keep.
Vazrai, you're polishing a sword.
Yep,
Oh
trying
my.
to get it in better shape because
All
it's probably
Nobody
got a
look in the
little bit
corner
more-
if Vazrai's polishing her sword.
Me too.
Wait.
Vinshenzo's also polishing Vazrai's sword.
Oh no.
The fuck?
Oh,
Well,
Can I-
Carlos, you said you wanted some community outreach.
Ah.
God damn it.
Speaking of Carlos, well, we know what you're doing. Nephis,
Hi.
Always help my homies.
what do you think? So you've been in dock for about a week, and this
I'm
crazy new
docking.
ship has come in,
yes.
and all this weirdo shit's going down. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what you experience as Captain Nephis, who I think just generally hangs out on his boat. So we kind of had you doing that while you're at Horizon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fishing and doing your fun thing. So the crew of this vessel, which is not made of wood, it looks like it's made of some synthetic
Ugh.
something. The decks and such, and some of the substructures are still made of wood, but the actual the hull of the craft is made of this synthetic material. The crew are a combination of humans, minotaurs, goblins, some weird-looking, like a small minority of weird-looking blue-skinned humanoids that you later find out are called Vidalcan, who are native to Ravnica.
Mm.
And there are weird Hulk-looking, lesser beings, I guess you could say, humanoid lesser beings that look like they've been slightly warped and slightly mutated, not warped, but mutated, that are doing all of like the menial labor on deck that you can see going on. And you later learn that they are called simic hybrids, and they are not naturally born. They're actually like genetically developed and altered. So they're like
Ooh.
designed. So that's kind of the information you would have found out within the same time frame that everybody else would have found out. Because you weren't there, obviously, I didn't plan any amazing things for Nephis to do in the background. So I'd like to get some info from you as to what you might want to be doing, or anything you might be interested in if you'd like to poke around. Or
I would actually. I would like to. The captain, he shared his like map with me, right?
yes. Oh yeah, that's right. You were present at that. I think it was Carlos, Vinshenzo. I think Vazrai was there. I don't know if the whole crew was there or not, but I know a select number. But you were there too because you were present as the captain with the charts.
I was there. Bazray
There
was
you
there.
go.
Because I also
Nice.
wanted to tour the ship and everything.
I would like to like inquire the captain and like offer my like assistance, like offloading and unloading supplies for him, since I won't be doing much in the docks, and I want to like use that time to like study the ship and like have like a greater understanding of like its composite, like its makeup and design.
Hell yeah, you can absolutely do that. And for the future, if you ever do want to like roll for history or anything like that, when investigation, with regards to that ship, which the name of the ship is the Aguinius.
Aguinius.
Aguinius, yeah.
Aguinius.
I didn't
Gotcha.
like agua, but yeah. So anytime you want to do a roll regarding retrieving information from that ship, you will get advantage.
Excellent.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Apart from that, I guess, then just the off time is just continue fishing and gathering food and making rations and like selling them.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Absolutely.
like, providing them for the crew.
Do you want to sell extra rations? Because that would earn you a couple coin if you do want to do that.
I feel like the money isn't like really of value to him, so I would say just like donate it to like the workers around the dock, just to gain some like favor.
Hell yeah! All right, you can absolutely do that. I guess the wonders of not really having any bills to pay is you don't really need any coin.
No, also I'm fucking loaded.
That too, and
Oh
you can
my
cook your own
God.
supper.
Yeah, sorry, Vin. I'm not like throwing my money into the ocean, bitch.
Got him.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a good plan, Nephis. All right, Vin and Carlos, what y'all up to? You were
Talking.
yeah. If you want to keep going with that, you can. But two of you are actually together doing something at this moment, so we'll look at your pair.
Vin doesn't really have too much more to say.
Yeah, it's neither really does Carlos, since Vin didn't have much input on like expansion plans or anything.
Nah, he trusts you and Nephis to do that kind of stuff.
Outstanding.
Vin doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think our business is concluded then.
All right. So what are the two you want to get up to?
Vin
Wait, what are we doing?
will-
I don't know. This is currently downtime, effectively. So
Well,
in
based
terms
on
of
what
pacing,
Vinshenzo suggested, Carlos would take a closer look at the Kobold sector, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, the little neighborhood that they've developed.
Yeah, and he'd like try to put a critical eye on like what might need improvements as far as like infrastructure, housing, or tools, or clothing, that kind of shit. You know, just
Yeah.
what are they lacking?
All right. Are you gonna like talk to the people, or are you just gonna do some like passive observation?
Both.
All right.
We're gonna build a kobold homeless shelter. Bro.
Yeah.
We'll put an affirmative action thing downtown. You need some food stamps. Okay. Anyways, adopt a kobold. We need some adoption agencies. So one of the big things that the kobolds are looking for, and they'll tell you flat out, like they need more appropriate living quarters. The general, it's not much of a complaint, but it's more of like a, this, we're doing okay, but it'd be really great if we had this. And the thing that they would really appreciate is more kobold-sized appropriate housing, like proper ass planned shelters, because they are rather communal.
Right. Okay.
Aren't
they
they
want- because
communal creatures that like lay eggs with each other and shit?
Yeah, but they're living in essentially a Viking longhouse or like a Norman longhouse built to human scale, and they're small.
So they want something that's kind of
want
the same but smaller.
They want kobold-sized housing.
Norman Longwell.
Yeah, they don't want to be in a Norman Longwell.
Got it. Makes sense to me.
Thanks, Ben. So that's the big desire, but due to the numbers of kobolds that are there, like it'd be a pretty major construction effort to the same degree as it was to be building all of the longhouses that are currently in existence, which still makes up the majority of where everybody lives. And the only reason that's not happened so far is there's not enough of a workplace, because now all that constructing effort was basically the majority of the population doing it all, minus a couple of farmers. And then once they were done, no more construction workforce. They'd have to take away from the current economy to be able to start building, and nobody really wants to do that right now.
Right. So is there anyone available that could build the
yeah,
houses for them?
Like there is still like a labor force that's being used to do projects and stuff, but it mostly comes from like the tradesmen who are being hired. It's not a big group effort. Think of like a Roman legion building a fort in the field versus trying to get a house built in town by a construction company. That's the difference in scale of construction force. So that's why like they're pretty low on the priority list, because what they're doing, the project that they're looking for, would occupy the small amount of builders and tradesmen that they have for months, which means that they wouldn't really be able to work on anything else. and the kobolds can't really. They don't really have enough pull, and they don't really have enough of a case under them to be able to petition for that sort of thing to happen. So they're like, we don't really have it. We can't really get it done ourselves. So
Okay.
we're kind of making do. Like the hatcheries that they have, like they basically constructed those on weekends type thing. Like when they don't have time to work or when people are free, like they built them themselves part time and bought everything themselves. Like there was assistance from the crown, but the hatcheries themselves were made by the kobolds.
Got it.
Knight, it's not like they're living in like horrible conditions. Like the places that they are do work. It's just they're a bit big. And they're not really they're not really like the ideal kobold living place. So that's why they aren't like up in arms or anything. But as they grow, they need this space. Anyway, yeah, so that's the big thing that they're looking at.
Okay, if that's the major concern, Carlos would, I guess, investigate the best way to
If that's
get
the
that
major
done.
concern, things are going pretty well. All I
Yeah.
gotta say.
That's it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, Carlos would.
You're doing that. You might
Yeah.
maybe you'll
Fingers.
like the longer you stick around, you might hear some other things or some grumblings, but that's like the big popular one.
Yeah. So after hearing that, Carlos would actually go and see what would need to be done to get that done. Whether it be like if it's just like a matter of time, or if maybe you can reach out to, Lizard Island and maybe recruit some labor force.
Ooh, that's some creative thinking right there.
Exactly, that's what Carlos specializes in.
He's
But
a thinker.
he's a thinker. But yeah, another outreach program or something,
We need a youth center downtown.
Yeah, exactly.
Norman Longwell.
He's gonna
You're
be
killing
our
them, dude.
he's gonna be our
Mow's
affirmative
lawn.
action coordinator. Ah, shit. Okay, so he's gonna go off and do that. That's pretty cool. Vin, what are you up to initially?
I guess Vin would try to commission somebody, a skilled artisan, to make for him a keyed instrument of some kind to go in the theater. In fact, perhaps he would commission to have a pair of them made so he could have one at sea as well.
Oh. All right. So there's still no change in skilled laborers as there was before in Port Horizon. No piano makers have suddenly just sort of moved onto the island, so you're still at a lack of.
Okay.
There's some carpenters who can build you a frame, but nobody who can get you the actual guts of the instrument.
Okay. Vin has nothing to do then.
Deadly.
He
That's
will
fine.
Lazy
perform
bones.
in the theater.
Theater.
And if
All right,
anybody's
Carlos.
present for
Oh.
each day, they get inspiration.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
quite a good
What, 2 more days?
ish. But with Carlos, I'm going to zip back to you because you got an interesting task there. Who do you want to go see first about this entire information, or do you just like broadly going to visit a whole bunch of officials that you know?
Well, I'd probably start locally first.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Carlos knows people.
Yeah.
better
So-
than I do.
Through your walking around town and talking to the people who you know you got to talk to because you're a respectable business owner.
Yes.
Between the guild master and a couple of the tradesmen who head up the work crews, and even talking to some of the royal aides, perhaps even the queen herself, you come to the conclusion that it really is not a the kobolds are not enough of a size yet to really need to build that, and they just really can't handle. They're building a new ship right now. They don't have enough money to be able to like build new houses for the kobolds. The kobolds don't have enough money to afford new houses in the first place.
That's what Carlos has money. He's
So as you do your investigation and you talk about funding, you find out that to build, because there have been attempts at planning this before, to build what the kobolds want, that's going to be an investment of about 20,000 gold pieces, and it's probably going to take, with an appropriate sized labor force of about 200, they could build it in 2 months. And that would essentially be three or four large clan houses. That's right. They do live all together still, right? Like, your kobolds aren't different creatures. Like, I'm pretty sure your society was pretty standard kobold, right? Aside from having different morals.
Relatively, yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna need about 4 clan houses, and then attached onto that would be proper hatchery facilities that are better protected, better positioned. Like, it would be they would essentially be creating a new, properly built, properly designed kobold village to the specifications that they want.
I see. So it'd be about like 5,000 per house, more or less.
Yeah.
If you said it was 20,000 gold.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the it's not most of the fees are actually going into getting the material, because a lot of the work is being made out of stone and big timber.
Okay. Can any of the current long houses be cannibalized, or would those just be repurposed for like other races?
You could cannibalize them. You could definitely do that. It would you just wouldn't have that house there anymore, so other people couldn't live there. But as of right now, like, all of the kobolds are living there. Like, they have I think 2 of those longhouses just to themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could destroy them. Nobody had really thought of wrecking down, or like as you said, cannibalizing the structures, because it was more of an expansion than a replacement that they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you could take you could probably save 5,000 gold just by using the materials from those longhouses if you were to wreck them down.
Right. But this is like assuming they actually have labor, which isn't really available right now.
You can't. Yeah, they don't have enough of a workforce to muster together 200 people without impacting things right now.
All right. I guess for now, Carlos will just get plans together. Tell people like, hey, look, this is something I'm going to want done in the future, since there's not really time to do it now, just so that they have they can block off like some time or something to do it.
Do you want to take a trip to Salamander Island and go talk to the lizard folk that are there?
Absolutely.
Because that's
kind of funny. How are you gonna get there, buddy?
Well, there's free sanctuary ships.
Oh, fuck that.
And the Wide Horizon. I'm just saying the words. Like, he can.
Obviously, I prefer the Wide Horizons.
Cool.
Like, who would I trust more than Captain Nephis?
Yeah, but I can't like hold it over your head and be like, yeah, what am I gonna get out of it?
Is that what he would do?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carlos would be interested to see if maybe he could save some of the cost, or maybe decrease the time, by seeing if the lizards would be willing to help, either by just like gaining knowledge, because that's what they kind of wanted last time, was just learning how to do things, or if they need like resources or something to trade with.
Yeah. You can definitely. So that's going to be about well, it's 3 days there. I think 3 days back. To get all the
Okay,
way
I'll
over there.
help. God.
I'll help. Oh, and
So-
also, Carlos would let Vazrai know what he's planning.
Oh, what does Vazra have to say about this?
I'm gonna have to think on that because, as far as like kobolds are concerned, I'm actually quite confused by the plans a little bit. But otherwise, I am appreciative.
What do you mean? Oh, like you're confused by why they're doing it?
No, just the whole process of like what kind of buildings they want and all of that, because the houses being too big is actually a big plus, because the kobolds, if we're having to make do, would probably start living on the freaking walls and start like living in the rafters at this point if it really became that big of an issue.
Yeah, but it's not a big issue. But they don't have a like it really is super improvised, and they want actual proper place to live. As if you were gonna build your own village. Would you build a village? Would you be happy living in a place that you improvised, or would you want a place that you customized just for you?
It would
They're
be a
lesser
nice.
beings.
It would be a nice luxury.
Don't live like people.
So
Well, Carlos wants to fund it, and so Carlos is gonna do it.
well, if he does,
the people want.
Not people.
I highly appreciate it. Then, if he's actually
Go.
doing this,
It's gonna be an actual proper kobold village, Vazrai. Vazrai confused. Why are you being so nice?
And
that would be also a very big question. It's just like, why?
When has Carlos ever not been nice to Vazrai?
Yeah, I can't really name a time right now. I'll probably think of one later, but now's not the time.
Oh damn.
He specifically said to do something for Vazrai.
no,
Yes.
he specifically said to give Vazare a sizable amount.
Yeah.
How about
But-
20,000?
Yeah, how about that?
What's the difference?
I don't know what's the difference, Vazare.
Because
That-
you know
that's a lot of
Vazrai
freaking
wouldn't
money.
take the money.
You didn't offer her any money.
Carlos knows that she wouldn't take it.
Okay.
Okay, Carlos.
He's right. I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't take it.
You want to go with him at all to Salamander Island, or are you just happy staying there and doing what you're doing?
He's welcome to join him.
Who, me?
Vazrai.
Oh, yeah. I'm willing to visit Salamander Island. I've heard of this place rumored a couple of times, so I'm interested in at least getting to visit.
The vagabonds go on vacation.
Hell
You-
yeah.
You can see where we killed a dragon.
The hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
We need a vacation from our vacation.
We killed a dragon over there.
Yeah, look.
It makes
Yeah.
Vazray sad that there was a dragon that had to die, but it was
Hey,
evil,
look at
so
this-
it had to die.
This charm I made out of its dead body. Isn't that so
Yeah.
cool?
Oh my god.
It was one with Tiamat. It's probably a better fate.
A trophy of a heretic.
Yes.
So you make the 3-day trip to Salamander Island.
Aye.
Where's my Salamander Island? It's... Nah, it doesn't matter. And when you get there, dock at the brand new. Well, it's not brand new anymore, I guess. I think you've been there before. When you dock at the western side of the island, where they have the new proper actual harbor that has been developed by the Lizardmen,
Hell yeah.
and you can see Nephis that the lizard men are even attempting to practice the art of fishing in boats.
Oh.
Now, I use those words specifically because essentially what they have are dugout canoes that have been used, like strapped up as primitive catamarans, and the lizard men are either spearfishing or just diving into the water and like going and getting the fish that way, and loading their fish into little wicker baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Unsurprisingly, you're the only actual ship in the harbor. And as you pull up, you are greeted with the same familiar distant stares that you get from most lizardmen, as they are not very social creatures. And they just kind of watch you, not carefully or anything like that. They know who you are, and they just kind of observe you as you walk up to the town. Last time you were here, the environment hadn't fully settled into the fact that you had destroyed the dragon and its ice palace, which was effectively slowly strangling a volcano. And ever since that had been gone, it's turned into quite an arid, dry place.
Oh.
There's still a lot of like pine forests and such like that, but the entire atmosphere is much more akin to the salamander side of the island. It's undergone a complete transformation by now, and so has most of the lizardmen encampments. It's grown almost as considerably as the kobolds have grown, and there's a lot more lizardmen than you last saw. They've almost doubled in size. Of course, a lot of that is youth, but they still it still seems like there's a lot more. Atre, who is still hanging around as the shaman, comes up and greets you. Vazarai, you see a lizard man who's got half a leg missing. He's stumping up to you with a little bit more of an ornate cane than you would have expected from the relatively primitive technology of the lizardman. It looks like it was made by the salamanders. The same type of craftsmanship and materials. And he welcomes Captain Nephis warmly to the village, and then looks quizzically at you, Vazarai, and asks Nephis if this is just a friend of yours or a new member of the crew.
A new member of the crew. Kind of whimsically looking at Vazarai and pats her on the back.
Vazarai gives the lizard folk a bow.
He returns the bow and he says, they seem to be accruing more of your kind every day.
Aye, the vagabonds. They grow in number, sometimes fade. Nice to have new faces.
Yes, we heard of Isaac's passing. We have mourned him here as well.
Aye.
There's a candle ever lit by the corpse of the dragon.
Is Carlos with us?
He should be.
He should be.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that Carlos was there too. I was so focused on Nephis and Vazarai.
Yeah, I'm just hiding behind Nephis, like, hey, hello. You saw?
I believe Carlos was here to inquire about some possible trade. He moves out of the way.
Ah, yes. Hello again. It's always nice to be back.
Atre merely nods his head at you.
You have something to trade?
We're wondering if you were interested in another exchange of knowledge. You see, we're in need of labor once again. We're wondering if your people would like to learn, or if perhaps I see you have a lot of younger members of your tribe? Are they looking for experience?
They're still juvenile and do not know the ways of the world. When they're old enough, they will be put to work. But for now, they must learn.
And
What I'm trying to do. No.
he just sort of gestures at himself.
Learn to be like us.
Fair enough.
We
In
do
that
not
case-
need knowledge so much as we need coin. Could we perhaps trade laborers in exchange for coin for trade?
I'm sorry. Did you say labor? Because it sounded you said. For me, it sounded like you said livers, and I was very confused.
Labor. I mean, they
Okay.
probably could trade you livers for coins too. They are the kind of people that would just have raw livers around.
Probably. I believe we might be able to come to some sort of deal. Yes. I imagine you need the coin to trade with the fire newts.
Yes, and Sanctuary Island.
Well, I believe the biggest hiccup we have right now is we are short on labor. So
Atre stares at you unblinkingly.
expectantly. I hate it.
They don't blink. They're lizards.
What would be like a standard rate for like a construction worker or labor or whatever you'd want to call it, like for like a human, for example?
A
An
skilled
unskilled-
hireling.
It would be a skilled hireling, which is a gold per hour, 2 gold per hour.
I will get you that information.
Maybe it's per day.
Well, there's skilled and unskilled.
These are most
I'm not-
likely skilled. Because unskilled would be just, like, hey, dude, here, hold a torch for me, please.
I think I'm still gonna
Hirelings
be like
include anyone
cleaning-
hired to perform a service that involves a proficiency, including weapon, tool, or skill, a mercenary, artisan, scribe, and so on. Untrained hirelings are hired for menial work that requires no particular skill and can include laborers, porters, maids, and similar workers. So these would be untrained hirelings, and they are 2 silver pieces per day.
Oh, damn.
Pretty-
Okay.
It's pretty cheap, yeah.
I mean,
200. You're looking. Well, I mean, it depends on how many you want to hire, but the expectation is that it'll take 2 months with about 200 laborers.
if we're talking about D&D, carpentry tools are an artisan considered tool that you need to be trained with to get proficiency with.
Yeah, I'm also not really considering those lizardmen as being carpenters. They are like straight up just menial laborers. They're not going to be the ones who are doing any of that kind of work. There's the actual professionals that would be doing that are on Sanctuary.
'Cause I think of the lizards be more just like hauling materials and that kind of stuff.
They'd be
As-
pounding posts into the ground, and they'd be like erecting the walls and doing all that kind of stuff. They're not the ones that really know. They couldn't build something that's sophisticated,
Yeah,
but they could under direction.
got it. Okay, so you said it's 2 silver a day, and you said it would take about 200 laborers, and how long?
2 months.
2 months.
You can alter that mixture however you want.
If there's 200 lizardmen, that is, and you're paying them.
Oh yeah, there is. There's a decent number of them. Oh, you're looking at that. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that'd be a 2,400 gold to pay the laborers over the 6 months, or sorry, the 60 days.
And like I said, you can alter that mix. Maybe you pay for more laborers to get it done in less time, or maybe you take more time to get it done for cheaper. That's up to you.
Or get this, you pay for like half a month, you kidnap them, and you enslave them.
It's starting to sound like Vinshenzo.
Thanks, Vinshenzo.
Hell yeah, dude.
Look at
You know
this
what this
idea
island
that you've got
needs?
in everyone's head.
Slavery. It's
Vinshenzo invented slavery.
it's free labor.
Things are too tranquil here. You know what we really need? Some class discrimination.
No, man.
I mean,
Yeah,
what would the rate be for like? Because like,
slave?
no, shut up. So like, if let's say I cut the number of laborers in half to 100, wouldn't that still be like 4 months instead, and wouldn't it still end up being like the same cost?
Wow.
time is money.
I don't know. You would save money because. Oh, I guess no, you wouldn't save money. Well, it would take you a little bit more time, but you're not like. Like I said, you can tweak the numbers. Maybe if you have 100 of them, it's not gonna. If you have 400 laborers, it's gonna take you. It's less than a month. It's not linear. Not as linear.
So if I did did they even have 400 laborers? How many
Check
bodies
my,
do they have available?
I guess also a question would be is how much is the Lizard Island or whatever? Does the Lizard Island want any compensation for losing X number of workers for X amount of time?
They haven't gotten that far in the negotiations yet.
Yeah.
Oh man. I just want to fish.
Sorry, Carla.
That's their compensation.
They have a population of 1,700, and they're not exactly what you would call an expansive and overly productive society. So yeah, they can afford to lose. Actually, that's the old numbers. So you're looking.
Fucking.
Yeah, so they're like a little over like 2,100 lizards, but that's including like the juveniles. And like they're not really doing a whole lot of expansion. They're just sort of like, well, it doesn't take a lot of work to be a lizardman, especially when you're living in the good fat times. So they can afford to spare 400 bodies if you have the coin.
At no
I have the
cost?
coin.
Or no additional cost?
What?
So they don't.
How?
Okay, never mind.
No, they don't. Okay, so if I did 400, how long would it take them to finish construction?
Probably half a month.
So like 15 days?
Yeah.
Oh, that cuts the cost down a lot. That's like only 1,200 gold for the labor. I can spare that. Let's do it.
Wait, 1,200?
Yeah? At 2 silver per day times 400 times 15 days is 1,200 gold.
That's not bad.
Thanks. Yeah.
12,000. 12,000 silver. So 1,200 gold.
Yep.
You get a lot done with 400 bodies.
Hell yeah.
But then you're going to have your skilled laborers, which are 2 gold pieces a day for 15 days, and you're going to have 10 of them. That was always going to be, but that's included, in the cost of the fucking build. So you don't have to worry about adding them extra, because they were always going to be there.
Got it.
I guess you don't need unnecessary breakdowns of costs that you're already paying, but yeah, included in the original receipt is 10 actual like carpenters who know what the fuck they're doing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Pretty good time. So
what are we looking at then? Like 21,200?
21,200 gold pieces, and you can get it done in 15 days.
Wait, how are we going to transfer? How many stinky kobolds?
They're not stinky kobolds, they're stinky lizardmen, and there's 400 of them.
Even worse.
You cannot fit 400 lizardmen on your ship. I'm sorry.
Thank
I don't think you would want to.
We would have to. It would need to be the bark of Bolin or bark of Bolin.
Bark of Bolin, yeah.
We can
Bark
just
of
tie them
Bolin.
together and drag them behind.
They got canoes.
Just open to the open ocean.
Good luck. I know you'll make it. You look like a fish, anyways, right?
So would the bark of Bullen be able to accommodate that movement?
You'd have to wait 3 days and find out, Chief.
Yeah,
Unless
you'd
you
have to
want
go
to take
back.
some back with you now. You don't.
Well, I mean,
you don't
like,
gotta-
I'm asking, is it physically capable of moving that many people at once?
It is physically capable of moving that many people at once.
Was it at port when we left?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
How many people can the Wide Horizons move?
Mm.
You could unhappily fit. I mean, any number of lizardmen you fit on that ship is going to be an unhappy number because of Nephis. But you could probably fit like 100 of them
Damn.
Oh my god.
before.
Carlos, what have you done?
No.
Yeah.
No, don't worry.
I think you're gonna have to pay me, man.
No, I'm not. We're not going back. They're not going on the Wide Horizons.
This was for fun. Now this is for money.
But because we'd have to do like 4 trips, and then like I have to pay them the entire time while the other guys are. No, it's stupid. I'll just have to wait for the bark of Bullen to be available. But yeah, I let them know.
Your intel is 3 days old.
What's that?
I said I will point out your intel is 3 days old.
Yeah.
In terms of the whereabouts of Bark of Bullen, so it could be important when you get back, but
Could be.
you never know.
Be 6 days.
But yeah, I'll let what's his name again?
Atre.
Atra, that's what it was.
No.
I let him know that, yeah, we'd be willing to pay for labor, and I tell him the rate, and I let him know that it might not be for a little bit because we have to wait for a ship to become available to actually accommodate the 400 laborers that we'd be taking over.
Why wouldn't you
Nods
just
his
build
head
the
and-
kobold homes here?
He just wants them off the island. Because the kobolds are the ones that are growing all of our fucking food and shit.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, but we already have room for the ones that are already here.
What?
They're complaining about their houses are too big, and it's just to build hatcheries and stuff, isn't it? And to house the new ones,
No.
isn't it?
So they want.
Imagine living in a
seen,
giant's house.
They have enough space. They've outgrown the
Okay,
number of
I
beds.
understand. Never ignore me. I'm
They've
sorry.
outgrown the number of beds that are in that house or in those 2 longhouses, and they're at the point where they're like, yeah, we can still live in here, but not for long. And this isn't exactly done. Like we've made do. We're comfortable, but we made ourselves comfortable. This wasn't a place that was comfortable to live until we changed it.
And
And so they're asking for like appropriate housing that will also accommodate the amount of influx that they're expecting with the growing kobolds.
Yeah, so just build the new houses out here. It'd be cheaper to send a few skilled artisans to build the houses out here than to bring 400.
Why would we
unskilled-
build? Why would we?
They
You
need
love the
to
kobolds.
clear away a whole section of like forest land. The original like plan is we're not taking down these kobold like the longhouses. We're just gonna do.
No. What are you
We're just gonna do
saying?
the new village.
He's saying to move all the kobolds over to Lizard Island.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, what are you saying?
Never mind. I'm not there.
The-
Ignore me. I don't need an explanation. I
This
don't.
was discussed and reasoned out already. I appreciate you. You're great.
I'm touching myself.
Oh, so am I.
Thanks, Cliff.
Okay, so Atre does agree to the terms. He thinks it's a pretty damn good idea. Pretty damn good offer. And as soon as you have proper transport, the lizards will be ready and waiting.
Outstanding.
Or
I love
your
it.
workforce will be ready and waiting.
Across. Cool. I don't know. I guess ask how everything else has been here. I take it the peace has been beneficial to both parties as far as like the fire newts go.
Yeah. So Atre explains to you that there's been it's more like a provincial alliance. So they've effectively confederated themselves, and between Atre and the Salamander King, they work together to sort of further the prosperity of the island.
Amazing.
Given the nature of the fire newts and the lizardmen, like there's opposite enough, and they're sort of indifferent enough to each other that they can coexist quite peacefully. The only things that caused conflict between them before was the lizardmen were under the sway of an evil creature and were following its whims. And the evil creature didn't like the salamanders because he's an asshole. And the salamanders had their existence that was threatened. So between the two parties of that, their minions were constantly at each other. But without any of that in the mix, they just don't have any reason to have problems. So that's quite a peaceful indifference that you would expect in an island full of reptiles. They just sort of are there they're just sort of are there together. And they the lizardmen exchange lumber and other sorts of things as they are physically stronger, and they provide a lot of like the workhorse power for the island, whereas the fire newts and their artisans are providing a lot of the more skilled beauty and technological advances of the island. And they're making most of their money on trade. They don't seem to be too interested in going out to sea, aside from exploiting like the resources that are quite local to them. The fire newts don't like the sea at all because they need to be near their nice hot water pools.
Yeah.
So it's quite a sort of status quo. There's not really any growth aside from just increasing population, which slowly increases the size of the town. But it seems to be more of an accident than on purpose. It's just we happen to grow, and we just happen to need things as we grow, but we're really not trying that hard.
Fair enough.
Lazy ass lizards.
All right. Well,
This is wild.
Carlos is pretty much done here. Does Nephis or Vazrai have any questions or anything they wanted to do while they were here on the island?
You seem to have the business under control. I'm going to let you handle that. However, I do want to see this dragon corpse that was mentioned.
Oh.
I want to see it.
Is it still there? Because didn't the volcano like unfreeze? So wouldn't have. Is it possible to get there?
The bones have been removed from the actual like specific death spot, but there is like a monument up there.
We can go see.
Shouldn't hurt.
It might not be there though.
Oh, I wish to see it.
Nephis offers to lead the way.
Vazray will follow.
All right, you take the few hours. I need my little tile thing. I can't find Salamander Island. I swear to Christ, we had it somewhere. Oh. Anyways, so you take the little hike. Yeah, you can see kind of up there. So we're over here. Take the little hike up the volcano, and it is turned back into a nice rumbly, tumbly volcano. It seems quite dormant and safe. But as you walk up the mountain path, which has become a little bit more accessible and more pleasant, it's not quite the harrowing journey that you guys remember the last time you were on the frozen peaks of this place. It's actually quite pleasant. You can see the sea and the wide horizons just hanging out in the new harbor. It's a beautiful day. And when you get up to where the entrance to the dragon's lair used to be, it is turned into a large basalt stone platform, circular platform that occupies the majority of the plateau. There is a monument in the center, and it is the skeleton of the dragon that has been very carefully put it back in place, almost as like an exhibit at a museum of dinosaur bones. Like they put all the yeah, they put it all back in place, and they had it so that it was almost lying down at rest. And there is a plaque dedicated to the Nicean vagabonds who freed Salamander Island from the oppression of the mighty Shadeclaw. And it's inscribed in a little stone plinth.
Oh man, that sure was a fight.
There's no bones
Aye.
or anything here.
No, there are bones. The entire skeleton of the dragon has been reassembled perfectly to resemble a dragon sleeping, like in the same position. And all
Like
of
a
the bones
museum.
have been, laid out as though in a museum.
Wow.
Except it's on a.
Vasray looks in awe of this.
I think there's a
uh,
couple finger bones and teeth missing from parts of this
The two biggest fangs are missing. The upper front corner, whatever the fuck that would be.
Yeah,
And I pissed on it too.
I don't think the piss is there anymore.
Oh wait, didn't I like grab Isaac Clarke's shit? Like his backpack and everything?
Yeah,
Isaac's
Oh.
things are currently being stored at the Vagabond's Rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's there.
Vasray is going to walk up to the dragon skeleton, one that looks like it's slumbering, and is going to get on her knees and pull out the amulet of Bahamut and give a small prayer to the dead dragon.
Nephis walks over crossed arm. You praying to him? He wasn't all that kind.
This one was not, but as unfortunately that is a fate of something that has happened long, long ago. Even if this one is evil, that is still one of the greatest of grandchildren of Io. Unfortunately, on one side of the war. This one has been corrupted and evil in Tiamat's embrace. The fact that it has succumbed to her whispers is... there was no other way.
Nephis, like having no clue of what you're saying, kind of nods his head. I see. I'll leave you to it then. And he kind of walks
Yes.
back to Carlos.
Thank you. And she's going to sit there for a little bit and continue her prayers to the dead dragon for a good couple of minutes. And once that is done, she's just going to look about the surroundings for a moment, what maybe the dragon could have seen, and unless anybody has anything else to see here, Azra will say that there's nothing left to do here. I wish to go back.
So, Carlos, did you need to visit the salamanders or just the lizard folk?
Well, I don't think there was any need to visit the salamanders. We could stop by if you're feeling, if you miss them.
If I miss them. They do have a statue built in our honor.
It's true, and they did have some very good, very nice hot springs, if I recall.
Yes. Perhaps, I might as well make the most of it while we're here.
Yeah,
See if there's anything that they can forge.
Yes, we can call it a diplomatic visit.
Aye. And once Vasray is done, Nephis again offers to lead the way back towards the lizard folk village and the ship.
Vasray has seen enough. She will follow you.
Aye. Let us be off.
As they walk back, Carlos would mention to Vazrai, believe it or not, but this whole area used to be quite inhospitable. It was covered in ice. The dragon was so powerful it actually altered the environment.
This is something that
Yes,
they
it was
can
frigid.
I would be admiring of it had only the cold benefited Bahamut's children, or even that of Io's had it been before the time. But this one had grown corrupt and evil, so there's nothing more that can be said except to slay it.
Yes, the lizard folk in particular were. Lizard folk in particular, they were not accustomed to the environment the dragon created, and that it cared little for how it hurt them.
Either way, this dragon is dead. Hopefully his soul may find peace.
Aye. Back to the lizard village.
Mm-hmm.
The lizard village is much the same. I'm assuming you guys are just heading right back to the ship after all that you've seen.
Yeah.
Nephis wouldn't.
So you head back to the ship, and the ship is ready to sail. You guys sailed a half day. I think it's like a half day around the island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe
You
so.
get
Yeah.
there. You get there in the late afternoon, and a number of fairly annoyed-looking salamanders. There's 2 or 3 of them, of which both Carlos and Nephis would be aware that there's not many of them. They're like the royal family. Are sitting there at the dock, looking a little bit agitated. You can tell by them sort of pacing around quite rapidly, and bouts of flame are spurting off as they jerk their bodies around in quite eccentric motions.
Whoa.
And as you pull into dock, a couple of the newts come and get you all tied off and point at Nephis, and then point at Carlos, and then point and jabber at Vazrai as she comes off the ship. And they begin to do their familiar sort of. They're not mobbing. I think they do mob into you, but they don't like get up against you. They just like get up close to you and start pointing and jabbering in their native tongue. I think Vazrai, this is the first time you've ever experienced this.
I don't think she's ever seen a fire newt.
Does
you know
Knight the
this-
player know what a fire newt looks like?
If it were a different game, I probably could see what they look like. They're just kind of these walking like lava blizzards.
Yeah.
But as far as like Vazrai the character, no, she's not seen anything like this. It's like
As long as you can visualize it in your head and know exactly what you're talking about, then we're all good.
yeah, I can kind of visualize it. Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, that's they're all like bumping up against each other, trying to get near you. They're pointing right in your face, like "Woo!" and jabbering. And as I said, the salamanders that are nearby, which look like regular salamander D&D fiery dudes, are pacing around, looking a little bit miffed.
Do not worry, they're not aggressive usually. They just like the spectacle.
Certainly a warm welcome.
Aye.
Interesting individuals.
You said the ones that were pacing, you said those were like the royalty ones?
Yeah, the royalty ones.
Carlos would approach them. Do they acknowledge him at all?
They do.
Nephis follows.
One of the younger and more fiery ones, hot-headed, so to speak, thrusts its hands onto its hips and says,
"Oh, finally you've arrived. We did not expect you to be visiting the others first."
I think there must be some kind of misunderstanding. This isn't a scheduled visit. We just came by to, We just came by because we didn't want to, slight you, that's all.
he points at a number of large crates that are sitting on the dock and says,
We've been waiting for over 2 days for one of your ships to come and pick up its collected trade.
and it can't really stamp its foot on the ground, but it starts nodding with its head.
This is an unacceptable delay.
Carlos glances at Nephis to see if he has any idea what's going on with the delay of the other ships.
I do not have rule over the other ships of Sanctuary. I'm sorry, but I'm unaware of their delay. What is it that they are to transport?
Goods, not just bound for Sanctuary, but for the Isle of Beasts as well. A number of specially made orders and commands, a number of special, complicated metal instruments for construction and other such things. They're components for shipbuilding, construction, all manner of orders. We have done our part. We have made all that is asked for us. It's not our fault if they come late.
No, it certainly isn't, and I wish we had known about this. We definitely could have done something to possibly prevent their tardiness. But we only left 3 days ago. 3 days ago ourselves, and I don't believe the other ship was in port. I
Well,
wonder if something has happened to it.
nevertheless, you're here now. We can commence boarding now, or would you like to delay because you might have more orders to collect?
Nephis looks at Carlos and kind of like finds his eyes and kind of like slightly shakes his head.
Like he doesn't want to take the cargo.
Yeah.
Vazray is oblivious to all that is going on as she just simply just looks at all the fire newts, just intrigued by these people. She can't understand them.
I apologize for the confusion, but we're not here to collect the trade. Like I said, we're just here diplomatically. I'm not sure where the other trade ship is, but we can definitely put in an inquiry when we return. Hopefully by then, though, they'll have arrived to pick up their cargo.
The creature acquiesces and says,
Very well. But give the guildmaster my regards and tell him that it was his incompetence this time that caused delay.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be more than happy to pass along your displeasure.
Hey, DM,
hello.
I can't understand the language, but can I roll insight to kind of read the body language?
You absolutely can.
I'm going to roll insight.
Oh wait, are they speaking Draconic?
The fire newts?
Fire newts
Yes.
speak
Or the-
Ignan. The
Salamander, sorry.
salamanders speak Draconic and Ignan, I think.
The salamanders do speak common.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Oh, so Vazray can understand them.
She can understand the salamanders, she cannot understand the fire newts.
Okay.
Nephis is just a dumb human.
Nephis, dumb human.
I don't know English.
What's the result there, Knight?
Insight of 10.
Insight of 10. They are absolute. Wait, you're looking at the fire newts, right?
Yes.
Oh. They are incredibly fascinating, but also incredibly strange. You think they're acting like children.
Acting like hatchlings.
Fascinating individuals.
Take one.
No, I'm not going to pick one up.
Yeah, they're kind of warm to the touch.
And they're probably as big as Vazray. They're small creatures.
No, they're quite tall.
Oh.
They're like,
Oh,
they're like
God.
tall, lanky, thin. I'm gonna be honest. When I think of like the fire newts, I imagine in my head like Vietnamese people, like from the rice paddies. I'm not talking about like I'm not talking about what they look like. I'm talking about like how they act and how they live. Because they live on stilt houses near a lava lake, and they're like incredibly social little like bubbly people that nobody can fucking understand, and they rattle and babble, and they point at you, and they're just foreign.
Yeah.
And you
I
go
think,
through, and you're like, wow, these are really
and
neat.
they're
Let me
Asian.
go find a
Baker
real
loves it.
I think you're overdoing this, Dion.
So since they're like tall
A
and
bunch of
lanky,
little Valraths.
are they just like standing like looking down at Vazra, like pointing at her and jabbering, like crowding over her almost? Because
They're
they're
like
tall.
really excited to see a new kobold. There's 2 kobolds. Like they don't. That's
Valor.
cool and interesting, and it came off of that like famous ship with the famous captain, and like this is cool. There's another one of them. Like, oh, a new one, a new hero. So they're pretty excited.
I guess they would consider us all heroes since we literally killed the dragon.
You have a fucking like.
In the
There's
best
a
possible
monument
sense.
in their town square to you. So yeah, you're like celebrities, and you show up once in a blue moon, and they're like, oh my god, holy shit, there's a new one, another member of the band. they're pointing at you guys too, but they're like generally all around excited. You have like
A
yourselves.
new one that's part of the band that hasn't even really played music yet. It's like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah,
A bunch of groupies.
yeah, you're a member of the collective being pointed at.
Anyway, if it's all right with you, we'd like to head into your village and meet the. God damn it! Everyone, shut up.
Yeah, Carlos.
The creature seems to adopt a more relaxed yet formal posture, and it says,
Very well. Enjoy your stay. The island is yours to visit as you wish, of course.
Damn right.
and it promptly like speaks to its fellows in Draconic, shouts an order to repeatedly to the gaggle of fire newts in their weird babbling language, and then the procession like heads off. They're not really waiting for you. They're just going on their own thing. And the fire newts eventually, after a couple more repeated statements, they go and they start handling the crates and moving them back and settling them back again. And then they go back to what looks like an impromptu hot spring where they all jump in and just kind of like chill out.
Chill out.
Yeah, they huff their snuff or whatever that part the gunpowder type substance that they like
Spice.
having. Yeah, they're fun little spices.
In the town, Nephis would like to visit the smithies.
Yes. So the town itself has grown much more than even the lizard folk village has grown, but a lot of it is industrial / like manufacturing. They have really stepped up their production game. And there's not just smithies, but there's huge workshops and assemblies and stone working areas and storage yards that have a lot of raw material. It looks like they are really pumping out production. Yeah, you recognize as you're touring through the streets, which have become, they're still haphazard and fairly organically following the slopes and everything. You can see a number of lizard folk that are laboring in the village as well as you enter the premises. They're, as expected, doing a lot of the big lugging and hauling and manual labor that strong, relatively unskilled lizard folk are good at. But you also see a number of lizard folk that seem to be living there as well full time, but they're occupying professions more as the hunters and the tanners and working with leather and such like that, weaving some baskets and other such of things. The smithy section is fairly hard at work, but you can definitely tell that they're they're more skilled laborers that are handling things like swords and tools and such. They're not at the same breakneck production pace that the manufactories that are producing like nails and brackets and all the construction materials that you would need for a growing community. A lot of this stuff is the stuff that's sent to Sanctuary as well as the Isle of Beasts to use in all of the construction projects.
Gotcha. Nephis is kind of interested in like purchasing something. He has like a stockpile of money.
Money.
Little lump sum.
Yeah, there's there's a huge commercial and industrial center here, so you can browse to your heart's content. There is
do they
also
have
a lot
anything
of
like for like ships, like ship related like armaments or like attachments for my vessel.
You can order things or ask for specific things. There is on the, if we're looking at Salamander Island, really zoomed in on this big world map, you can actually see the big lava lake where the town is there. So closer to where the port is, which is kind of like up this way, they have all of their larger assembling facilities and big yards where they're constructing larger components, and you can see that there is, I'm going to be gay about it, but effectively like a siege workshop or an armory where they are building larger pieces of equipment and assembling things like giant crossbow. Because Nephis would be aware of this, but Sanctuary Island is building, like, they have their shipyard that is building ships.
Yeah.
Of course, they can only manage like one every forever, but it is being, all that complicated equipment is being built there. So you can find a whole lot of stuff. You're essentially walking through and seeing a whole lot of components that are generally higher quality, and you can see examples of things that they're already making for the military arm of Sanctuary. So if you're looking for enhanced weapons, this is definitely the place to go, but it looks like they're making it on order.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would like to speak with one of the I don't know what they'd be called, but one of the people that
like the foreman manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is. Yep. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I can't remember like what mounting points I have for the ship. I believe there's like a few, but I want to like inquire about like getting like some ballistas and things like attached to the ship.
Yeah, I think you have 2 ballista right now, one in the aft and one on the bow, and I know you have you have boarding harpoons as well.
Yeah, I think I have a singular one.
I thought the ballista were on the port and the starboard side, towards the bow.
Yes, You're right. That's what it was. I remember that there were 2 ballista, and I know that you have the boarding harpoons
like
as well.
Like a ladder launcher or something like that.
Yeah, that was on the front. I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were originally meant. I think you got. Where the fuck did you buy them? You got them in Tarvia, I think.
Yeah, Tarvia. They were meant to be like a bridge launcher thing.
Yeah, it was for sieging. It was for sieging castles or extending like chain things to embed themselves in things, and then you could extend boarding ramps and such like that. But you could also just use it to anchor yourself to things. So you guys had bought that originally. I think you've used them a couple of times.
Yes.
But not only are they effective at cannoning into stone walls to put boarding ramps and ladders up, but they're also really good at punching into ship's hulls and then getting on board. So they're pretty good shit. That's what your current armament is. You could definitely either replace or put more things on, but if you're putting on more weapons and placements, you're at the point where you're really cluttering up your deck. Or if you want to put them to below decks, you're going to be starting to sacrifice cargo hold space.
Mm-hmm. Is there any like bigger, like, I guess ballistas that would be more powerful, like in design that they could craft?
Or like
replace?
they could definitely upgrade your hardware. They could give you either improved ballista, or if you want something a little bit more sexy, the salamanders and their more arcane powers could, for the right price, give you something that's got a little bit more of a magical touch.
Ah, what would that be?
Either fire, like specific fire launching / flame throwing weapons, which obviously have their advantages but are a little bit shorter ranged. Or you could ask for catapults.
Ooh.
And if
how much
they're
for the fire launcher?
fire launcher is gonna be, I'll get you some prices.
Daddy bit the house on black. We eatin' lavish tonight.
So you're looking at a good 1,000 gold pieces to upgrade each of your ballista. For the flamethrower, it's going to require 2,500 gold pieces.
2,500. So in total, that'd be like 4,500.
Yes. And you'll also be needing to acquire something for the salamanders. They need rubies to attune. They need to enchant and attune them to be able to actually provide the components that create the flamethrower.
Hey, we don't have any fucking. Well, I don't think we have any rubies.
We got a shit ton from that.
We have
Dragon's Keep, but I
sapphire,
can't remember.
diamonds.
We have this over here.
Oh, what's
But
this?
what about? I think this
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
got offloaded, so that's gone now.
Lizard folk workers, 10,000 gold pieces worth of metals and gems. That's definitely back at
Yeah,
the.
that was a while ago.
Back at Sanctuary. So
But
you
this
definitely
stuff
don't
should
have a
still
few
be
things.
on. This stuff should still be on the boat. I want to say.
Yep.
Huh.
No, the swords, the dwarven swords were
Oh yeah, but
delivered.
I know the gems are still on the boat because we didn't. do anything
I'm
with
fairly certain that's from like back in the day. That's like an order
Yeah.
from the old world.
No,
No.
that is part of the dragon horde stuff.
them. Yeah.
Dwarven shore. Okay, I trust you. It all feels like a long time ago now. We've been here
weren't
for a
part of
while.
the dragon horde, but
We made
the javelins, short swords, the gems, that was.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Anywho,
I don't have any rupees though. What
Is-
the hell?
We'll have to find some then, I suppose. Do they know where we can acquire some?
Didn't we acquire some from the treasury?
Did we? Did we get any
I
rubies?
think we got one.
I believe you got one. Let me double check my list here.
How many rubies do they need?
2.
Damn.
Fuck. Maybe another time.
Well, Carlos, if you are seriously going to ask the question of where can we get those, you will find that you can find them near the volcanoes.
Oh, an Easter egg hunt.
No, we're going on a volcano adventure. I don't have any swimming gear right now.
Swimming.
We're not going swimming in the volcano.
Is my kobold character gonna turn into a fire newt?
You?
Only if you want it to.
No!
I'm sure somebody can make that happen.
No.
Undo this kobold.
Give me 4 levels and I can make you a fire node.
Don't. No, I want to be a dragon. And not the
I
kind
can make
Vince
that
thinking.
too.
Dragging my newts.
Damn.
Damn. Nephis, upon hearing that there could be rubies, it's could be a small delay, but it could help us with the ship. I'm able to finance the price, but just don't have the rubies.
I'd be more than willing to help you find some if we get lucky.
Okay. No more than a day. Nephis, gives the newts, the 4,500.
Damn, just reaches into his bulging coin purse and...
Well, has to go back to the ship, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I got the money, I just gotta run back to my car real quick.
Exactly. Oh my
That's
god.
fucking
you
hilarious.
broke ass.
Okay, we're just gonna check back in with Sanctuary Island. It's been 3 days of chilling out since your friends left on their field trip, Paelias, Vinshenzo.
I'm playing in the
Status
theater.
quo.
If
Deadly.
the trade ship hasn't arrived on Salamander Island, that means it hasn't returned with the things I ordered, right?
Definitely hasn't come back yet, no.
Is Vazray aware of this delay?
Fazrai's on the island, the Salamander Island.
That's fair.
When Vazrai had left, all she knew was the Bark of Bullen was gone. And Vazrai is still gone. So Vazrai's not sure where it is or what it's doing.
It's been 3 days. It's 1 day late so far.
Yes.
What is my daily earnings as a bard again?
Like 4 gold.
I believe it was, yeah. So you got 8 gold pieces.
No.
No, sorry, 12 gold pieces. It's been 3 days, not 2.
Yeah.
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 Deadly.
It was 2 gold per night.
Yeah, that's all I have.
3.
Unless somebody's
Yeah,
seeking me out or something's happening, I'm
just waiting for
I will
Paelias to finish doing
continue
his
to
math.
study the fucking cube and trying to figure out what exactly it's gonna conjure when
And
I
impatiently wait for your Amazon delivery to arrive.
Yeah.
Deadly. All right, Nephis and Carlos and Vazrai. You gonna go search for a wooby?
We're searching for as many rubies as we can find.
Deadly.
I'm willing to search. Should I roll survival?
Well, you're gonna have to travel to the. Okay, this has made it worth my time to go grab the fucking thing.
Yeah, bitch. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You're right. I should have been more proactive.
This bitch.
Objects, components, custom, tile. Just slam her down right there. Maps. Tickety.
Oh my.
I like that one.
Oh,
12, 31, 23, 50. Why do I have 2 of them? Oh well. Just use that. Cloud. Upload. Import. Da-da-da! Boop.
Oh, you found it.
I found it. This is the official proper everything named. So you guys were in Kikiv here, which is the place of the salamanders. Over obviously up here, Nahin. This is the big harbor. This was the place where you guys used to dock. Then you have the 2 volcanoes, and this is where the Wide Horizons currently is. I'm not sure where the
ooh la la.
little ship is, but you can go there.
I think the ship token got deleted.
I definitely can confirm that I didn't delete it.
I think I
here it
deleted
is.
it. Ah.
easier. I get you.
Well, the original one is gone,
Yeah.
but
That's the like vampire one.
Oh, I thought we had the. It doesn't matter.
we
That was-
lost the original a while back, and we've been using.
Yeah, it's because
and
it was
you've
saved
been
on my
using it.
PC, and new players couldn't see it.
Lost.
Well, you guys are there.
Lost time.
So
Lost it.
it'll take you. You guys head back to the ship. By the time you get back to the ship, it is night time.
Oh man.
If you'd like to go to the volcano at night, you can. If you'd like to wait for the morning, you can.
Vazray's gonna play it safe and get some rest.
Yeah, we'll wait until morning, I suppose.
Aye.
Time for an evening soak in the hot springs.
With the dock workers.
Oh.
Oh,
Sure.
mingle with the locals. Know what I'm saying?
Oh. Totally. You guys spend your evening enjoying some hot springs. Then that's pretty cool.
Nephis does not. They stink.
Damn.
Vazray
Weird
will
lizard
now.
folk.
Just plug your nose.
Just get COVID.
Just,
Nephis was diagnosed with both of them.
just stick some fish up your nose. You'll be fine.
Smells of the sea.
But in the morning, you guys can head out to the volcano. There is no road to the volcano. You have to navigate your way there yourselves.
Hell yeah.
So I'm assuming Nephis will be leading the way.
I trust him.
Absolutely.
Unless he needs help, but I trust him.
No.
Exactly.
Vazray follows Nephis.
I suggest guidance from beyond the grave.
God damn it.
I can feel
Hell
the I feel the spirit of Isaac watching over us.
All right, I'm gonna need somebody to roll me survival.
What's the environment?
It's akin to desert.
Okay, never mind. That is going to be a solid 16.
Solid 16. Roger that. You were able to find your way there, and by around noon, you get to the summit of the volcano. Because it is desert. Now you're in more mountainous terrain. You can see that there are a number of lava chutes that are not sweepingly active as some of the others are. And there's a couple caves and tunnels that are evident in the charcoal-colored sort of slopes of this volcano that you might be able to enter into, but it's hard to tell which ones are good chutes and which ones are not if you're not an experienced gem hunter.
Well, this is the place. I suppose we should look for a suitable searching spot for it.
Aye. That sounds like a plan.
I would like to roll
Place is
perception.
interesting.
You
Yeah,
may.
want to roll perception to do that, I guess.
Perception would be a good one.
Actually, first,
I'll
I
roll.
would like to roll Nephis upon getting there casts Enhance Ability as a 4th level spell. He is able to cast it upon himself, Carlos, and Vazare, giving them Owl's Wisdom, and the target has advantage on Wisdom checks for the next
Hell.
hour.
Yeah.
So I should roll
Hell yeah.
perception with advantage.
Let's go.
Yes. He touches everyone.
Oh. Wow.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh, my perception is 22.
Okay.
22. Damn. All right. Carlos,
Actually-
do you know? Yeah.
It was +4, Devon, as far as enhanced ability, or is it just advantage?
It's a advantage.
Okay, it's just advantage. Okay, so then it's just 11
Wait.
perception.
This was a 15. Never mind. I didn't see that.
Even with advantage, Vazrai cannot open her eyes.
I actually got an 11 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Hot.
It's too late. Sun's too bright.
No, she's admiring the view, if anything.
Everyone's looking for good-looking tunnels. Vezrai's turned entirely the other way, looking at the sea.
This place is pretty.
The
Damn,
water
I can see my
sparkles.
house from here. So you find a pretty good-looking avenue of access that you can take. It's fairly large tunnel at the base of the volcano, near-ish to you. It's one of the closer ones. It looks like it's tall enough to fit humanoids, about 3 abreast.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
There's a good looking spot over there.
Let's take a look.
Heading into
Clunk.
the cave, it starts to the tunnel itself starts to decrease rapidly, going into the ground. It starts heading down on a steep slope, and it gets to a point where you're gonna have to start climbing down. It's getting pretty steep.
Well, thankfully for Nephis, he has a grappling hook.
Nice.
And I think 150 or like 50
A
oh,
number
did I
of
ever
feet
grab
of rope.
that rope that I used at the keep, or did I just leave it there?
I feel as though, given the fact that you guys had cleared the site and weren't under any rush to leave, you probably would have recuperated your things.
I think
Copy.
I don't have
Makes sense
rope.
to me.
I think mine got taken.
What was it used for again?
Honestly,
It was used to
it's-
lock down a door.
I think that's
Okay.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You guys are definitely
It
able
was
to.
like one of the first
recuperate.
doors.
Gotcha. Yeah, you have your rope back.
Slick. I used the rope to and my grappling hook to get a good hold, where it's kind of flat, and then I throw it down the steep incline.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Is everybody heading down, I assume?
Yes.
As you get to the bottom, it's quite pitch black. But around the corner, sort of as the tunnel naturally curves to the left, you can see a red glow, a faint red glow.
Don't mind straight down, guys.
Is
I appreciate you.
Ruby? It's Vazri just asks a little bit of confusion.
It's probably lava.
Alright. Nephis proceeds.
It's Gemerald.
Wait,
Emeralds.
it looks pretty dark down there. Are you sure you can see?
Isn't there the glowing of the lava?
Yeah, around the corner, it's pitch black where you currently are, but you can see enough just from the radiant glow. You know where to head.
Yeah, I'm just go to that. Hey,
Hell yeah!
you're not see.
As you guys walk towards the light, I'd like you to roll me perception.
You got it.
Those of you who suffer in darkness, which I don't think is anybody, because Nephis has abilities now and goggles.
Do I still have enhanced?
Oh, do I
ability
still have the
available?
fucking NVGs?
I don't know. I assume so, unless you got rid of them.
I left them with Isaac's stuff.
Ah, that's fair.
I'm not gonna steal this shit, man.
I still have an enhanced ability, right?
Yeah,
A dead man's
I'll roll.
goggles.
Yeah, that's bad juju. Fuck.
A succulent dead man's goggles.
Succulent. Uh, 14, 11. What's Kardoc? Oh, that's 10, 22.
Hey.
46, 46, 46. Okay, I thought the other one was 42. All right. So, Carlos notices this first and is able to point this out to the rest. But as you guys are walking along the tunnel towards the roof, sort of on the sides, Carlos is able to see a seam of gems that is cracking out of the wall of the chute.
Look.
And as he points, you can see glittering in the lava light, the distant lava light. You can see that there's a seam of rubies.
Nephis pulls out his silver saber and says the magical incantation ignite, and it lights up
Oh!
like a torch.
Ooh.
Your sword lights up like a torch, and you can now see the glittering gems. They twinkle like firelight.
Ah. It's fantastic. Let us pry him out. Nephis moves over and takes his sword and begins
love
like
it.
and like clawing away at it with it.
Hell yeah. You're able to, are you being selective, or are you just kind of going in and grabbing them all that you find?
I'm gonna grab him, like pretty much what we see there.
All right. Are you being careful about it?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me sleight of hand.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay.
He has the owl's hands. Don't worry.
But that isn't that only sleight of hand is dexterity, yeah. Oh.
The hands of the owl.
12.
Well,
Does Carlos notice like Nephis like not being as careful as he should or something?
are you asking to either help or intervene, or would you just like
Yes.
to do it yourself?
Like if Carlos sees that Nephis isn't doing as well as he would do, he'd be like, "Let me take care of it."
Would Nephis allow this to happen? It's up to Nephis to decide whether he wants to accept the intervention or not.
I mean, the roll
I'd
already
accept help.
happened.
It did already happen too.
Yeah, so what you would have seen, I just wanted to make sure before we get too far. So what you would have seen is Nephis trying to use his blade to chip away. Yeah, you said it was your blade, right?
Yes.
To chip away, and he cracks and breaks a couple as he's like trying to figure out exactly how delicately he needs and what the good angle is to try and pry gemstones off of the cave wall. So he cracks a couple and ruins some. About 3 attempts before you choose to speak up.
Tell me.
Okay. My turn.
Okay, buddy.
So that's
Okay,
a
buddy.
natural 20 plus 15. That's 35.
Fucking shit, dude. Roll me.
He does have an
1d10.
eye for shinies.
So 1d10.
Yeah.
Nephis kills Carlos.
8.
Okay. Okay, you are able to pick out with delicate touch 8 gems that are worth 250 gold. Sorry, no, that's not the one. That's 250 gold pieces each. They're of sufficient size and quality to be considered worth 250 gold pieces.
Carlos hands them over to Nephis and says, "Here, it's more than enough, and perhaps you can put some of those towards the cost, so you don't have to spend all your gold."
Aye. Much appreciated, Carlos.
It's no problem. We all have our skills.
Aye. How many gems were there again? Or rubies?
8
Rubies 8, 250 GP worth.
250.
That's
Gotcha.
2,000 worth. Nice.
Well done, sir.
That's my one fucking 20 of the night, and I used it for Nephis.
That's it.
Perhaps
We're
we
done.
can,
Pack it in, folks.
perhaps we can find more. That was quite fruitful and quick.
I'm willing to look for more if it's this easy and this
I
lucrative.
mean, you didn't like empty the seam.
Oh,
You can sit there for a while. I'm just saying this is your collection, but I will point out you'll be emptying the entire seam if that matters to you at all. But you'll be there for a little while. Like as you crack it away, you know that there's more that you can get at, but you'll have to really start like working at it.
Hey, is Carlos using like his dagger to get these out?
I don't know. Here you go.
Dagger and claws.
Fazray is willing to offer him a normal dagger, one that she had with her when she fell from the sky. She's willing to offer him this dagger.
Oh, that dagger.
Yes, so that way you don't break your good ones if you have something you enjoy about the ones you're currently trying to pry these with.
It's no worry. I have many daggers, and this one here is just to throw away. In case I need to throw it at somebody.
Very good.
Literally.
I appreciate it.
Vazray is going to keep an eye out since the two look like they're occupied with prying rubies from this.
Nephis, while I work on this vein, why don't you maybe try to find another? Maybe we can get lucky and find another seam.
With that, then, holds out his sword and I forget like how far it is, but I'll see how much light it like casts for my sword.
The equivalent to a torch, if I recall.
So it's 20 lit, 40 dim, probably.
Sword of sharpness.
Yes.
Is it yes?
Yes, it's a torch.
Bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for additional 10. So it's like 20 total. So
Oh, wow, is it
should I roll with advantage for like that distance?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh man, that could have been good. 13 plus 18, 22, I believe.
22. All right.
21, I think, actually. I'm fucking retarded.
It's okay. We're all slightly retarded here.
Exactly.
Okay, you find another small seam, but it's running deep away from you, so you won't be able to take a whole lot of quantity out of it. But it seems as though they join. Like yours is a little bit farther down the chute on the right side, facing sort of inwards in the same direction that the seam that Carlos is working at is facing. So they run like
Gotcha.
into the wall. So you got a lot of solid stone to move if you want to really open that up. Like I said, that's like it's a solid operation at that point.
So, like, out of the two, pretty much the one that Carlos is working on is like the best option.
It's not so much that it's the best option. It just happens to be that it's a little bit wider. But he's already like dug a chunk out. It's gotten to the point where the next series of harvests that Carlos is going to do is going to, like, he won't be able to reach in and get any more of any respectable size. There's still a bunch of little rubies that are growing, but you guys are getting the ones that are actually like worth getting.
Hell yeah.
I would like to try one last time and look for a little bit further down the chute.
Oh, rat.
Oof. 12.
12. That's quite the
Quite
So
the
you-
roll.
You head around and you actually, instead of finding any themes of gems or anything like that, you actually run into the lava flow itself that has been throwing off light. You don't run into it as in you just drop, but you come across a cavern where the magma is making appearance through the cracks and the caverns of the volcano. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot we're in caves.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Hey guys.
What's
So,
up?
hey,
Are you okay, Nephis?
He's in
No.
a cave.
we're in catacombs.
Catacomb.
I returned back to Carlos.
And Carlos, you can roll me another sleight of hand for the gathering that you have done.
Okay, not bad still.
Carlos.
So that one's not as good, but it's still 29, so decent.
Oh.
29 is definitely decent.
Oh no,
Uh,
bro.
Roll me another d10.
Ugh. 2.
Oh.
2.
The floor is
uh,
becoming lava.
Ah,
No,
Feet
my
are hot.
kobold feet.
Oh. You find another 2 gems of 250 GPs worth in value.
nice. Did Nephis come back to us?
Nephis came back to us.
Okay, I passed these ones off to Nephis as well.
Oh. I did
Hell
find
yeah.
another vein of rupees down the way.
I think it's worth checking out.
Aye.
All right, this one's probably about done anyway. It's a lot harder to get these other ones. Let's take a look at it.
Nephis dispels enhance ability and recasts it as a second level spell on Carlos using, what was it, fucking Cat's Grace, giving him advantage on dexterity checks.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
I love it.
Thanks, Carlos. Thanks, Nephis. Thanks everybody for all your gemeralds.
All right, you want me to
May this
roll
help you.
again?
You've already harvested all you can reach.
No, I mean for the other vein.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can go and take a whack at the other vein.
Yeah, I'll try it. Give her the old college try.
Give her the old college try.
Vazray follows
Sleight of hand, I take
Carlos to the
Yes,
other
sir.
seam.
Same as before.
Can I see the lava from this other seam?
Oh baby.
35.
You can see the
35.
glow. 35. All right. Roll me a d6.
Bam.
Well, I did say it was a smaller vein.
5.
All right, and find 5 gems, each worth 500 gold pieces. Some nice big egg-sized root. Well, hang on, I don't remember what they're. Because this is actually kind of cool that its size is based off of
Egg size.
It's not egg size, I don't think.
Egg.
It just says large. I don't know what a large ruby looks like, but they are large.
Mhm. Like from Sea of Thieves, the Gemeralds.
The mermaid
Approximately
You're
gem.
saying
large.
a diamond worth 1,000 would be giant.
Yeah.
Gargantuan.
Careful with these ones, Mr. Nephis. They're quite large.
Hold my jewels.
The old family jewels.
5 worth 500. Damn. I think we can pay for his fucking shit just in gems.
Yeah, so they are the size of eggs. You have like 5 rubies that are the size of eggs.
Oh,
Nice. That's pretty big for a ruby.
yeah.
It is quite big. They are. Yeah. Holy shit. Well done, sir. Anyways, yeah. So you grab a nice thing, but once again, that's basically all that you're able to grab out of the out of that vein before it becomes too complicated and awkward to actually grab anything out of it.
Now, did you see any other veins, or is that about it?
Nay. The chute ended up ahead with a flow of lava.
Well, I feel like we've been pretty lucky thus far, so perhaps we should get out of here before our luck changes.
Aye.
Must say, I enjoy the smell of smoke and fire here.
Does it remind you of your god?
No, it just reminds me a little bit of home. My god would be nothing. It's more winter. Winter is what I would feel if it was him around. The North Wind.
North.
Bofa nuts.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Okay, so he has, what, 10 worth 250 and 5 worth 500?
Aye.
Yep.
That's 5,000 in gems. And if we were to take the two of the smaller ones and use them as the focus, I'm not sure if it matters the size of the ruby.
You'd have to go ask the salamanders, which you're eventually going to go do anyways. So
like either he could, give the smaller 2, and then he'd be able to pay for everything right there in just gems, or if the size matters and if like the bigger ones make it more powerful, then you'd only have to pay like 1,000 gold.
True.
So the ball is in your court, Mr. Nephis.
Aye.
More like the rubies are in your court.
Oh.
The rubies are in your purse, Mr. Nephis.
So you head back via the way you came, get to the ship, walk all the way into town. It's early afternoon by the time you get there. You meet the same person you were speaking with. The foreman that you were speaking with is essentially a fire newt that was taught the very scratch basics of common that is required to generally do business with outside parties. And it explains to you that the larger rubies they would only need 1 of. But if you wanted to have a second, put a second one in, they could definitely do that. It wouldn't make the weapon stronger, but you'd be able to fire it more rapidly.
Oh.
That's almost as good.
Because what they're using the ruby for is the focus of attunement,
Mhm.
and they're essentially imbuing it with fireball. Except I know it's not actually, except it's fireball. So you then
Fireball.
have instead of 1 enchanted fireball spewing ruby, you have 2 enchanted fireball spewing rubies, which obviously more charges are betters. Yeah.
I'm just doing some girl math right now.
You can go ahead and do all the girl math you need, baby.
Thanks, sweet cheeks. Fucking bitch.
Damn.
God damn.
God damn.
After all,
So,
God damn.
I'll hand over the 2 big rupees to enhance it. And I'll hand over 10 rupees to pay 2,500 of the expense if they are accepting, and then I'll give 2,000 GP of my own stock.
Yep.
And then I'll hand Carlos one of the large rupees, and then I will hand Vassare one of the large rupees and keep one for myself.
I appreciate that, sir.
What a nice
I
young
could have
man.
done it without you.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush, Mr. Nephis.
You can't. You're a lizard.
I appreciate the shit out of that. Can't. You're a lizard. Good times. All right, so well done. You has acquired rubies, so they'll get that done. It'll take some time, a good month or so of work and design. They have a lot of workers now, so they can fulfill orders pretty quick with that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Lucky for you, you came when the economy was booming. It's a buyer's market here.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that'll be fulfilled for you. I will put that down. So they call it the name of the weapon in their culture is the Salamander's Spear.
Oh,
Wow.
fancy.
Oh.
But well, either the Salamander Spear or the Ignan Spear, but I like Salamander Spear better because it sounds fucking cool. Personally, I think that. Yes.
And then that'll also replace the 2 ballistas on my.
Okay, you want two of them instead of just one of them that's double barreled, or rapido fire.
I was gonna get the fucking.
Oh right, the ballistae. Yeah.
Yeah, and just, like upgrade those 2 for like 2,000,
Yeah.
and then upgrade or buy one of the salamander spears.
You want, and it's upgrado sized.
Yeah.
Right, forgot the ballistas for a second. So it'll be 2 months total.
Yeah.
Any other business or pleasure you guys want to perform at Salamander Island, at the village of Kikiv?
Well, I suppose it would probably be rude without stopping by to see the king.
All right.
Vazri is mostly just taking in the sights because she's never been here.
Hell yeah. Okay. I know you weren't the biggest fan of my Vietnamese comparison, but I'm not doing it out of
I was.
maliciousness. I know you were. I'm saying this specifically tonight, but I'm doing it as an actual interesting cultural theme. But the reason that I'm bringing this up again is because
Yeah.
similar to those Asiatic regions in Southeast Asia where a lot of people living on the rivers and stuff, that design of house is similar to what you see in these villages, except the ones that are closer to the steep banks, they're all up on tall metal posts and scaffolding. And they're all made of stone. It's not like bamboo or anything. No, it's nicely crafted stone and such like that on beams with metal. And as you're going through this village, there's not a whole lot of wood around. When you get to the outskirts and the larger buildings where the lizardmen were involved, there's a lot more lumber. But everything in the heart of the village, the residential area, it's all made of stone. There's very little greenery around. Surprise, surprise! In a village full of things that are actively on fire. But down near the hot springs, it's a much different place. It's very humid, very steamy. You're essentially walking into a huge outdoor sauna. There's a lot of relaxing fire newts around. The Palace of the Salamanders is within the lava lake. It's actually built within the lava lake of Kikiv. And you have to walk down a long bridge, passing through Vagabond Square, where there is a memorial dedicated to their slaying of the dragon and unifying the island. You go down past the Fire Newt's council chambers, where I can't remember what that guy's name is, but that crazy Fire Newt leader is, who actually knows how to speak common. He's not there. You don't have to worry about bumping into him. unless you want to wait around, but you want to visit the king. Across a very long bridge through the into the Ruby Lake, you arrive at a island where the Keep of the Salamanders exists. The gates are open, and the two... Yes, that's exactly it. Welcome to the lava pools. And the two guards snap sharply to attention in their midnight black polished armor. They look like beetles. And they're in their new, much more intricate armor than the last time Carlos or Nephis would have seen them. It looks like they've gone through some hardware upgrades.
Nice.
When you get to the Keep of the Salamanders, you do find the king relaxing on his throne. He seems to be playing with what looks like globules of molten gold. He's swirling them around in a stone dish, and then tapping them on what looks like a stone tablet to make interesting little artwork as the fast solidifying bits of metal. It's almost like finger painting, but instead of paint, you have molten metal.
Fair enough.
And he looks at you idly as you enter in, and he says,
Ah, the vagabonds, I heard you have come.
Yes, what was his name again?
check my notes. Skeeto? No, that's not him.
Well, that's the Pioneer guard.
Skeeto!
That's the Strider captain.
Ito.
We'll just call him King Lizard.
Yeah, King Lizard for now.
King Koopa.
I'm in the right spot, but it's going to take me a second.
King
I'm
K.
just not...
Rool.
K. Rule, there we go.
Oh, there he goes. His name is Incetus, the Salamander
Incetus.
King Incetus.
Ah, yes, King Incetus, it's good to see you. We weren't staying long, but I felt it would be bad manners not to stop by and say hello.
Yes, your presence would definitely have been sorely missed. I am humbly gratified you chose to stop in.
I see your civilization here is flourishing quite well now. It's quite impressive.
Peace brings prosperity, and with the glory of Ignis, the fires of industry light.
Yes, and we're ever grateful for what that provides to us as well.
He,
I hear they're...
sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
He dabbles his fingers and sort of intentionally brings notice to the pool of molten gold that sits beside him in the basin, and he says,
Yes, it has been most fortuitous for us as well.
he kind of chuckles.
Your
What
coin
is that you have there?
Ah, this is the excess funds from your trade. I find that there's not much use for gold other than artwork and a few other scientific matters, but I like it for my own creative works.
And he chuckles again.
This used to be sanctuary gold.
Ah, well, I suppose everyone has their uses for gold. I'm just glad you were able to find some use out of it.
Do not worry, Master Santiago. There's plenty more in the coffers where it came from. This is just my share of the portion, to use with how I wish.
Of course.
I'm sure that the value of the art of the Salamander King could bring just as much coin back into my treasury if I chose to give it away.
Oh, I'm sure there would be collectors that would find such a thing quite valuable.
Yes. Unfortunately, this shall be mounted in the Chapel of Ignis as one of my works to his god.
Well, they certainly are lucky to have someone so talented.
He bobs his head and he says,
I'm sure you have appeared here for more than just flattery.
Well, like I said, we had a little business to take care of. Mr. Is Nephis with us right now?
Yeah, it's up to
Vaz right
Yeah.
with you if I'm allowed.
Yes. Yeah, you're. I'm sure Vazrite's just following us around.
That's pretty much what's going on, yeah. She's kind of aimlessly following you guys around.
It's like, oh my god, look at all this stuff, and everyone like respects them so much.
It's
What
pretty...
does Vazarai think of the obsidian stone keep and the Salamander King in his throne room?
It's rather unique, actually. She hasn't quite seen anything like this before.
Fun times.
Captain Nephis here actually took advantage of some of your industry. He is upgrading the weaponry of his ship. It should prove useful in the days to come.
I've heard rumors that you are to set your sights on New Ravnica. We've heard stories of the place ourselves, and have even seen some of the wares brought by your comrades on the bark of Bullen. I must
Words-
say,
Yeah, word certainly has spread fast about that. Yes, we have additional information about New Ravnica. They seem to be much more strong than we presumed, larger. Apparently their population is, what was it, was it the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands?
You were told hundreds of thousands.
Apparently the population of their city is in the hundreds of thousands. It's a nigh and unfathomable number, to be sure. We're hoping that there won't be any hostilities, but usually when massive nations come across others, it's not usually the case.
The Salamander King chuckles once more, and he sits up straighter, and he says,
no matter whether it be actions of commerce or war, my people and the King of the Salamanders pledges our productivity to you.
And we are ever grateful to that alliance. We are surely fortunate to come across you and have been able to help you so much.
Please, do give your regards to the Queen. I, too, have enjoyed our friendship together.
I will do that. There was one small matter I wish to ask about, though. Apparently, one of our trade ships has been late picking up some trade. Is that a common occurrence?
It is not common, but it is not unforeseen or unheard of. You must have spoken to my son. He is impetulant in his youth.
Yes, he did
Please.
seem quite perturbed by the fact that it was a day late. The winds can be fickle.
So can matters of logistics. Needs must. We lost much trade during the Battle of the Beasts, and other such urgencies that followed caused delays in our shipments. This is not unheard of. From the Sanctuary Island, they do have other priorities for the limited ships.
I just wanted to make sure that it wouldn't strain our relationship, that's all.
the king seems entirely unconcerned with his tone of voice.
I'm sure the bark of Bullen will be here soon to pick up its allotted cargo.
As am I. Anyway, we won't keep you any longer. We also have matters we need to take care of.
Hell yeah. He nods his head in agreement, and he bids you a good day.
The last thing Carlos would want to do before leaving is stopping by the statue that they erected
Hell
in their
yeah.
honor.
You gonna show it off to Vazarai?
Yeah, remind me, was that like a statue of our characters, or was it just like a monument?
It was the monument. It had inscriptions which I think you've started to learn how to read Draconic and all that sort of thing.
Vazarai, Carlos did ask Vazarai, and Vazarai agreed during their downtime. So yes, a little
A little bit.
A little bit.
So, despite that, you do vaguely know because it was explained to you what was written on it. But it is like a memorial dedicated to you guys for finishing the conflict between them and the lizard folk and slaying Shadeclaw. And in some sides, on sort of minor decorations, there are names of some of the fire newts that lost their lives during the conflict. During the conflict between them and the lizard folk. But it is inscribed like essentially like the story of what happened. Vazrai, you are able to read this as it is in Draconic. And it describes the story. It's a little bit more poetic and embellished, not to the quality that one would expect from a Vinshenzo story. But it describes the events of how they arrived, and then went off, slayed the dragon, and brought peace to the land, and a little bit more artistic detail than that. I'd retell the story, but you guys already lived the story.
She prefers the poetic kind of storytelling anyway. She actually doesn't mind it. Yeah, she'll try to read as much as she can if the party will allow. Kind of get caught up on the whole story and still be a bit disturbed by the fact that this dragon had fallen to evil, the Tiamat. So
quite unfortunate that it came to such methods, but it was for the greater good.
You can do anything as long as it's for the greater good.
Exactly.
Shadeclaw, was it?
That was
Yes.
the name he went by.
I will remember this name.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Anything else you guys want to do in Kikiv?
No, I think we're done. I think Nephis has to wait a while. I guess he'll come back for his toys.
Yeah, I'm broke ass.
Woke ass bitch. All right. Well, you guys head on your 3-day journey back.
I
And
wish
after
to do a perception check. Well, let's see.
okay, do a perception check. Well, let's see.
Shit. Gonna use this other die. I got an 8.
It's a beautiful day at sea.
No ships though.
No ships, not that you can see.
Vazray is starting to wonder, since the ships are sailing outside of what she's usually used to. She's used to ships and lakes, whereas these oceans seem to be boundless, which means that they've probably gotten lost or have sunk somewhere.
Ooh,
Maybe
that would
have
suck.
been taken over.
That would really suck.
It would really suck.
I'm sure they're fine. The waters around here are relatively peaceful since we've taken care of most of the problems close to home.
Tell that to the giant shark I saw the other day.
They're more afraid of you than you are of it.
Afraid of a tiny kobold?
We never know.
I'm highly
Would
doubting.
Nephis know anything about giant sharks?
Yes, Nephis was there for that.
Oh.
Oh,
Their
we're not in the
nature,
cave anymore.
are they aggressive?
They can be when they're hungry.
Oh. Nephis pipes up and says, "They're pretty dangerous, Carlos."
The sailor captain is right.
The sailor captain.
Okay. Well, yeah, you don't see the bark of Bullen from any of the 3 days of your voyage. Either sadly or no, it's up to you. And you make it back to Port Horizon after 3 days.
Quite odd that we didn't see them on our journey back. Perhaps it's something worth looking into.
Here you go, Vin.
Aye. We should check with the quartermaster and tell them about the incidents and see what route they were meant to be on.
Indeed. I agree.
Be 4 days overdue.
They are currently 4 days overdue.
Probably
Yeah.
find Paelias at the quartermaster.
So,
Being
Vin,
upset.
you've had 4 days worth of performing. Paelias, you've had 4 days worth of cube staring. So, add and deduct your quantities accordingly. You said you're going to go have a chat with the quartermaster?
Yeah.
Okay. Paelias, you said also want to have a chat with the quartermaster?
Yes.
Conveniently at the same
he-
time as Carlos? Or you want to do it
He'd
earlier on?
probably
during your
already
wait?
be there bitching.
Deadly.
about
So
the late delivery.
So Carlos shows up, gets off the ship, goes to head over to speak to the Philippines. Sorry. You go over to speak to Bellic, the quartermaster, and you see Paelias is already there speaking with him. Paelias, for the sake of the fact that you're already there speaking with him, he's basically repeatedly in different very bureaucratic ways trying to explain to you that he has absolutely no idea where the ship is because it hasn't come back here yet either.
Oh my
Paelias
god.
being a Karen.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, Paelias spent a lot of a shit ton of money when he ordered that stuff.
L.
Hell.
Well, would turn around to leave, and I'd see the others, I guess.
Yeah, he walks in. He walks in about that time. You bump into Carlos.
Carlos bumped me over.
Oh.
Paelias, didn't expect to see you here. We just came to tell the quartermaster that Bark of Bullen has missed its trade window at Salamander Island.
I was just complaining about a delivery I was expecting not having shown up yet, so.
And it won't show up until the Bark of Bullen gets their things in gear.
You hear coming out of the back of the lodge.
Where in the world is it?
Bark of Bolin, the Bark of Bolin. Have you seen the Bark of Bolin?
Where the fuckers go? How should I know? I'm not magic. I don't have the ability to just talk to anyone. I'll know what you know when the damn captain gets back here.
What if they ran into some problems?
He points directly at you.
Like a 6-month delay in returning home.
Excuse me for almost dying.
You are excused.
Where was the Bark of Bullen last seen, and where was it headed?
They were supposed to make the round milk trip as usual. Go to the Isle of Beasts, then the Salamander Islands, then back here to Sanctuary.
Well, we didn't see them anywhere near Salamander Island. We basically went all the way around it.
And they're not here. So
So
where
perhaps-
do you think they could be, Master Santiago?
Look, if... I don't think I like your tone, old man.
I don't think I like your inefficient questioning.
Vazray just simply watches. This is a dwarf, right?
Yes.
Vazray has a big smile on her face in the background. She's just enjoying this.
There are two things that you should not forget, Master Santiago, and those are the friends you need most in life. The barkeep and the banker. Which one do you think I am?
Oh.
Have I not made your life better?
And have I not made your life less complicated as well?
Then why are we arguing?
Why, Mr. Santiago? Because you pester me while I'm working. Do I pester you when you're serving treats?
Carlos throws his hands up. Look, we'll go look for the bark of Bullen. Out of the kindness of our hearts.
Yes, you must. Profits are wasting.
Mr. Nephis, is Mr. Nephis with
Getting
us?
my delivery anyways.
Nevis is
without it.
talking to his wife.
All right.
What? I don't have a wife.
Oh, right, Nephis, sorry. Oh, it's because I'm staring at Vin's thing.
What do you mean Nephis has a wife?
What
That's
happened
Drow
last session?
commander.
Oh, yeah, by the way, you have a big titty goth drow wife now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nope. I'm just
Is it
kidding.
Vin's
I'm
wife?
married. No, it's not Vin's wife. I don't know. Maybe you guys are a power throuple. Oh,
Oh, hell yeah.
Funny. All right, I'll have to find Mr. Nephis, perhaps. Hopefully he's willing to take a look for our wayward ship. And hopefully it hasn't run into any significant problems.
Yes, let's be on that then.
Azrai, would you like to tag along as well?
She decides to laugh just a little bit in the background. Just probably don't even know what she's laughing at, but she just kind of laughs a little bit. Sure, I could help you find things. Yes.
It's a missing ship. It's quite hard to miss.
Well, my eyesight apparently is not as
What?
great as I would like it to be. But I am willing to try and help.
Oh. Let's be
that's why he
honest.
needs prescription
I think it'd be
glasses.
pretty hard, or pretty easy to miss.
Shut up.
That ship in the sea.
It could be in the depths of Davy Jones, Carlos.
Well, you heard the dwarf.
With
We're wasting
troubled
his time. If we are going to be searching for the ship, we should begin soon.
Oh, well, we'll just have to find Mr. Nephis.
Speaking of Mr. Nephis, we're going to look at Paelias really quick. Are you just continuously pondering the cube?
Nothing good will come
Now,
of
I will
that.
probably tag along if they're gonna go and find out what the fuck's keeping the ship, because that's keeping my delivery.
Deadly cool shit. All right, Vin. Not only have you been performing for 4 days, but I know you at some point would like to talk to your wife about shit.
Oh,
But
do I?
it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't know. You mentioned that in the chat. I'm just trying to catch up with you. Just make sure you can do things you want to do.
I don't want to talk to my wife. I'm telling other people to talk to my wife.
He doesn't
Oh.
want to talk to his wife.
You don't want to talk to your wife. Okay, you're just telling other people to talk to your wife about Captain Collins.
Their problems. Yeah. I was like, yeah, you're welcome here. Go talk to the queen and she'll vassalize you, dude.
Oh, I thought you wanted. I thought you wanted to go and pester her
mean,
about that.
If I need
It's
to
just-
be there for that, sure. But like,
It's
I'm
up to
like,
you.
bro just brought the biggest ship we've ever seen and like a bunch of people, and he now knows where we live, so it'd be better that he stays here.
Hey, I'm down.
I mean, I would inform her about it, but like, I'm not.
Okay, well,
I don't need to be there for it. She's the queen.
I'm happy with that. I'm definitely happy with that. All right, well, with that in mind, you guys all go and find. So you want to find Vinshenzo? Rest of the crew? Were you looking
I want
for?
to find Nephis and see if he's willing to
The boatman. Looking for the boatman.
Where's
looking for the
Boatman? He's on
boatman
a
to
boat,
take
I
us on a
assume.
search for the other boatman.
Go.
Oh, am I not going?
You're not
Damn,
going, I
bro.
guess. You're not around.
I'm around.
Nobody wants you.
Damn.
Wow.
I am.
Okay.
Brutal.
Fuck, I'm not gonna speak for the party anymore. Then I guess. Holy shit.
I'm
Okay,
trying
I
to
don't
get
care.
supplies for the journey. I don't want to starve.
Okay, so he's shopping for supplies.
If we're gonna be gone for a while, I'm taking my cat.
Or just for the ship.
Yes, I.
Well, you guys are easily able to find each other for sure.
Hell yeah. Mr. Nephis, there's some troubling news afoot.
What is it, Carlos?
It seems that the Bark of Bullen is missing. Quartermaster doesn't know where it is either, and last he knew is that it was heading to Beast Island, then to Salamander Island. Since we didn't see it there, it must be waylaid somewhere between here and the Isle of Beasts. And we were wondering if you'd be willing to help look for her.
A missing ship.
That's right.
Never a good sign.
Most definitely not.
I can lend my vessel and my hand to find it. It's that same ship that was said to be seen at the Salamander Island, correct?
It was the one that was destined to be there, yes.
It was never
They were
there.
expecting it to pick up the trade, but it never arrived, and we never saw it on the way back.
Well,
And it's not here.
I'll gather supplies. I'm certain you're grabbing the crew. The crew.
How many hands do we need? I have
many as you
Vazrai with me now. I'll see who else is willing to go.
Aye. Good lad.
Has Paelias been following us around this whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, so Paelias and Vazrai and Carlos would ask if Vinshenzo was wanting to go look for this ship.
Vinshenzo will
Message.
go on an adventure.
Hell yeah, anything to get away from that wife, am I right?
Yeah.
Each of a wife.
All right, yeah.
Can we take Vin's wife on the trip?
Yeah.
Maybe she'd like to oversee the
Yeah, I'm
finding
not-
of the bark and bull.
I'm not really too fond of that idea either. She'd probably be
Alright.
looking at me most of the time.
Here we
She doesn't
fucking
even-
go with
Yeah.
this shit again.
She doesn't even remember she's mad at you.
No, it's not even a mat. It's more just watching the performance of the guard.
God.
Watching the performance of the guard.
Here
The
we
guard,
go with this
yes.
shit again, dude.
Oh,
The
you got
guards
performance
are-
anxiety. I get it.
As
Can't keep it.
Azrai's not a performer.
Got me acting strange.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Vin's wife is a watcher.
Oh,
Man, that guy's wife around got me acting strange.
Jesus.
Oh
yeah, dude.
no. Let's get off of this island.
I'll get off before you, Vazare.
oh,
Oof. I mean, she has been spending a lot of time polishing her sword.
no.
Ah!
Look at it.
Happening.
The sapphires, the everything. It's all pretty now.
The sword, the sword.
The sword.
All right, so you guys are gonna grab supplies and then go searching for the thing, the ship,
That is correct.
Yeah.
the thing. All right, and it's going to be Vazrai and basically everybody minus. No, Vin, you said you wanted to go too.
I said I was going
Deadly.
he wants to
Okay,
go
the whole
with
crew. The whole crew departs.
on an adventure.
Venture. Where are you bound for first, Captain Nephis?
The Isle of Beasts.
The Isle of Beasts. Okay.
The freak from the east.
So a 3-day. No, it's 2 days. 2 days roughly to get to the Isle of Beasts. Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
favorable
Anyways,
winds, me lord.
favorable. Oh, I can do this. I can do this now. Hang on.
He can do it now.
We go over here on the world map, and I can just go. Look, you arrived. Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
he did it. Hell yeah.
proud of myself for accomplishing something.
Did we see
And you want us to
anything
roll
on the
perception?
way there?
You can roll perception, or you can just happily like stare out at the breeze. As has been said, like the
That
the
was
waters
never
have been
said.
regularly applied, and it's become a fairly safe place now. In terms
Oh,
of like
maybe.
traveling the seas.
Am I in
Oh yeah,
direct
Carlos
sunlight?
is keeping an eye
Yes.
out for stuff like the ship, the missing ship in particular. But 32 perception.
Well, Carlos specifically, more than anybody else. Oh wait, I'm gonna wait for Nephis if he's rolling perception.
Oh, right.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, maybe
I'm
you're having a
rolling.
nap.
I mean, I could use one.
Hmm.
I got shit to do next week, man.
Oh no,
Yeah,
not
me
this again.
too.
13.
We
It's
gotta
like Nephis was too busy rolling one.
we gotta end D&D early. I got shit to do next.
Fucking
I can't roll one.
Oh, so you get not a whole lot that you see everybody except for Carlos, who sees not so much a ship, sorry, not a sail, but just the ship. No sail left on the horizon. To your you guys would be about like here, and you see it somewhere around this way.
I point out the ship
In that
missing
way.
its sail to Mr. Nephis. Captain Nephis, look over there. Could that be our ship?
Nephis hops onto the rail and extends his spyglass and looks at the ship.
It's Tarbian. Missing a sail.
Oh,
Looks kinda fucked.
Shit.
That could be it. And he hops down from the railing and spins the wheel around, aiming the ship towards
Whoa.
the unknown vessel. What?
Oh, I have Rabbit
Whoa.
with me, by the
Whoa.
way.
Rabbit's there too. Deadly.
Yeah.
Why are we turning? Have we found something?
I kiss my horse.
I think we find the ship. Looks like it's missing its sail.
Do we have a full vagabond crew or just the abridged vagabond crew?
What does that mean?
You guys usually also come with NPCs, full vagabond crew being like Ragus and the Tarbian sailors, or is it just the five of you? Nephis or whoever's in charge of crew?
I have
Would have
Coco
been
with me.
I don't like goblins.
Goblins.
Otherwise, I didn't invite anybody else.
Considering like how we're like
Gragas,
searching
like,
for people, I would have
Barely
like
keeping
wanted
up with the
Gragas with
fry
us.
in the kitchen.
Hmm?
There's
Paelias?
so many people that Ragus barely could keep up.
No, that was like the super party.
Oh.
Like the first night when all of the guys that had just freshly come ashore off the strange ship, they were all celebrating, and then all the townsfolk were there celebrating the fact that there were new people, and it was like over capacity. After that, it calmed down. It's been like 6 to 10 days. What is it? 6 days? 8 days, something like that. Since then, so it's returned to its normal function. Okay, cool. So yes, you guys begin sailing towards, and as you get closer, it's quite evident that the bark of Bullen, not only is it the bark of Bullen, but it is incredibly damaged and is essentially just drifting.
That doesn't look good, Mr. Nephis.
No.
It's
I'll
lost
take us
its
in
mast,
closer.
and its sails are in, well, whatever remaining sails are in tatters. You can see that there are repairs underway as you get closer. There is signs of life.
What the hell?
By the gods,
at
what
least
happened
We'll
here?
say that you're within like a mile at this point in time. Now, like
What in the
close
God's
enough to get into
name
decision-making
happened?
range.
At least they're not all dead.
So you're a mile away. Do you want to just pull right up alongside, or do you want to proceed
Yeah, right
cautiously?
beside.
Sounds like a
We'll
plan to
proceed
me.
cautiously, kind of to see if there's any like Sugwagon on it, or some other
Sugwagon.
fishy creatures.
All those with their eyeballs can roll perception as you guys are closing up to see what you see before you get too far.
Vazray rolls perception.
All right, I'll do perception.
Vazray, natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
This
Oh,
one was
man.
natural.
Deadly. That's a lot of really high rolling. Aside from Captain Nephis, of course.
Oh,
I'm polishing my knobs.
He's still rolling. So as you guys pull alongside, you do see it is the Bark of Bullen's human crew. They're haggard and torn. Many of those that are working look like they're suffering minor injuries of some sort. You see bandages and soiled clothing, soiled in terms of like old dried blood and shit like that.
Whoa.
They didn't shit themselves. No, that would be weird.
Do we
Yeah.
need bodies?
Well, no. There are no just dead bodies on deck. Whatever
They're
might have happened to
injured.
them, it seems as though it must have happened not in the past 5 minutes.
How close are we to the ship?
Well, the captain has wanted to go and pull right up alongside them, so
I'll
Yes.
shout to them and say, what is the meaning of this delay?
God damn, dude.
Vazray
love
all
it.
right.
simply shakes her head.
Get a crooked look.
SMH, dude.
One of the crewmen that looks up to hear you. A number of them have seen you, have kept working, but as you pull up alongside, close enough for them to actually be able to communicate back, one of the sailors calls out, and another one calls
I
out,
did not hear that at all.
"Ow!
I didn't hear a fucking thing.
We were attacked by the sea itself."
What?
Oh.
Vazray looks over the railing at the sea to see if she can find anything.
As you get close enough to essentially pull along right upside them, so that you are adjacent to them, you can see the extent of the damage. The simple fact that the Bark of Bullen is still afloat is miraculous.
They've been stranded for so long they've gone mad.
There is pretty extensive damage, but there's also evidence of repairs. Their mast is completely gone. They have no way to actually sail, aside from rowing.
Not this shit
The
again.
deck itself is smashed. There's holes in the side of the hull. You can definitely see a couple smears and stains along the deck that have been. Well, someone is trying to brush them, but it looks like they've been so hard at work that it really hasn't been a priority. It's definitely the aftermath of a battle of some sort, and these guys do not look like they were the winners.
What do you mean the sea attacked you?
The sailors describe, as best as they can, that a creature had come out of the sea, and then the water itself, the ocean itself, had formed into strange monsters, which then proceeded to attack the Bark of Bullen and cause quite massive damage.
Did it happen to look like a shark of some sort?
Nope. If it was a shark, we would have said shark. This was something else.
Can I roll something to attempt to determine what it is based on description?
Yeah, I'm trying to actually find a picture of the description. so I
Never
can
mind
describe it.
that. May I roll investigation in order to look at the damage a bit further, see if I can find like any markings that might point out, like bite marks, scratches, any of that on the ship's hull.
Yes, you may. Both of you can roll the things that you want to roll.
Another natural 20.
Oh, another one. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, the dice says 11, but I don't know if what I'm using for skill, so...
What was it that you were trying to do again?
Identify the creature.
Based on the
Identify the creature.
description.
Based on description.
And you got an 11.
Yes, on the dice.
Roger. Okay, where's the fucking... fuck you, PDF. Stop opening an Acrobat.
No matter if it's nature or arcana, it would be the result would still be a 21.
This is preposterous.
Roger that.
Where did your sail go?
Okay. So they describe a creature that looks kind of like a fishman.
Oh.
A large, fat fishman that instead of having a tail, his tail disappeared in into what looked like a watery whirlpool or dust devil. It did not seem to want to negotiate with them or anything. The crewmen didn't really know what happened. The captain has been quite horribly injured and is not able to give an account. You must rely on the information of the sailors.
How injured is he? What's wrong with him?
Well, do you want to go aboard on check, or you just want to
Yeah.
This is an actual question. Okay, you want to go aboard on board?
Jump aboard.
Deadly. You jump
Asbury has
aboard.
done the same too to investigate.
Okay. The sailors explain to you that the captain is below decks with the wounded.
How many wounded are there, and how many are in critical care?
So a third of the crew is dead. Another third
my.
is seriously wounded, and then the rest of the other third is like light injured and not injured. Those that are able to perform their duties.
Show me to the captain at once.
You are taken below decks. Carlos?
Carlos would offer to look at the crew that are wounded.
All right. They look as though they haven't been hit or bludgeoned. They've been taken out by... Actually, no, fuck you. Roll medicine.
Whoa.
Fine, I will.
You will.
Damn. Yeah, pull out that fancy book of yours.
But I
Man.
don't have it.
Azrai, you're just
Yeah.
investigating to see what happened.
I'm investigating, like seeing if there's any bite mark scratches, trying to see just
Medicine. That
all the battle
is
damage.
There you go.
26. Yeah, a lot of the injuries are magical in nature.
Oh. Is it stuff that mundane healing wouldn't be able to do anything about? Or is it like burns and stuff that were caused by magic, for example?
No, it's impacts. Fucking actual. Well, there's some like actual stab, but it looks like they've been frozen, bludgeoned, stabbed, slashed, hacked at a little bit for some of them. But even then, the wounds look like they're from a magical weapon. For Vazrai, all of the damage looks like it's been rended, torn, blasted of somehow. It looks like not biting or scratching. No creature, no animal damage.
It was magic that did this. I will do what I can.
To Vinshenzo and Nephis, are you looking around too? And Paelias, are you guys on board or paying attention to what's going on?
Nephis remains on his ship, the White Horizon.
To anybody who questions the crew, their recall of the events, sort of as a total consensus, comes about as when they were sailing a few days ago. They say they've been at sea like this for 3 days. And as they'd been setting sail from the Isle of Beasts, they had encountered some fog that seemed to be out of the ordinary for the time of day and the weather conditions. It seemed to be a little bit strange. And then after that, a strange fish creature had come up, had words with the captain, and then shortly after flew into a rage, and suddenly creatures of the sea, from which Paelias, from the descriptions, you said you got 11, so you don't really know.
21. I got an 11 on
Oh,
the
you got
dice,
21.
But
Okay.
if it's nature or arcana, it would be a 21.
So with Arcana, you can identify that the creatures that they are describing through the many stories, they are water elementals.
Oh no.
And the mysterious fishman that they were talking about seems to be something that you've heard tell as a Marid. Which is a type of genie.
Well, that is bad.
Oh,
We need to get out of here. We need to get this ship out of here.
Yes, and it appears whatever had been done, whatever had happened, the tree, there was 4 water elementals that had come up from the sea in support of the Marid, and they had just gone to town on the ship. And then even like after the Bark of Bullen was entirely at the mercy of this creature, the creature just left.
Why would they do this?
Yeah, clearly, they don't appreciate the Bark of Bullen going somewhere.
You must know what the captain. What they said to the captain.
None of the sailors were close enough to hear the conversation.
What's the captain? What's the condition of the captain?
He's pretty fucked up. He's running a fever. He's not waking up. He looked like he'd been picked up and just slammed and pulped and bashed. Like most of his injuries are combinations of massive, both internal and external bruising, some broken bones, and fever and infection have set in from lack of proper medical care at this point.
Yeah, Carlos would focus attention first on the captain and try to help him.
Okay.
Well,
I
given
will
the fact
assist
that
if
it
you're
is
doing medicine.
deadly, so given that it is 21:59, aka basically the end of the session, this is a perfect stopping point to get ready for whatever happens next week.
or ready by time.
So Nephis, you're on the Wide Horizons.
Aye.
Touch my shrimp.
Carlos is treating Captain.
I was gonna
Paelias.
do that.
You can do it too.
Yeah, you can be doing the same thing simultaneously.
We can touch our shrimp together.
Vazray is going to recommend, unless Nephis has something against it, recommends that we tie a rope or something to the ship to help it get back to Sanctuary. It needs to get out of here.
That
Paelias, what are you up to?
work?
I would be assisting Carlos with the treatment of the captain.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you, Nephis. I just wanted to get that written down.
I just want somebody to hold my Laffy Taffy.
Deadly. Azrai, you are. What are you up to?
I'm seeing to asking Nephis about tying a ship to the other ship. That way we can tow the Bark
Okay,
of
so you're
Bullen
on-
out of here.
You're on the Wide Horizons as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see about assisting any of the crew where I can. I should be over in the Bark of Bullen though, because that's where I was investigating. So I'm just yelling across to. Well, unless isn't Nephis over in the Bark of Bullen right now because he's investigating?
No, he's on the White Horizons.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm on the White Horizons then. Fuck.
Oh my
You can
god,
always
okay,
save it
fucking
for later.
scribble this out again.
Fuck.
Oh, shucks.
I'm sorry. I'm tiny kobold and I'm running everywhere.
You said
Okay.
you came to the ship with me.
You did.
Yes.
Okay.
But then I went to go and talk to Nate.
He came all
I mean,
over the place.
She was capable of going back. This is making sure that I know what you guys are up
I
to at the start of
came-
next session, so I know. Vin, what are you up to right now? You are helping treat the captain, or you were there
Yeah.
first treating the captain before it was cool.
Well, no, that's not my point, but okay.
I'm
That's
just
what
making
they
the
do.
joke. It doesn't have to be your joke. Okay, deadly. So we got that. Anyways, so that was the session. Welcome back, Nephis. We missed you. I missed you. Glad to have you here. Glad that you're back in
I
good
caught
health. And
both of them.
And Vazray is no
Both
longer
of these?
Nephis.
Vazrai is no longer split personality disorder.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I'm sure you guys already noticed, but shamelessly, this is my it's my little model of the Captain Collins
That's
and his
cool.
little goblin first mate,
Why is he blue?
because he's a Vidalcan.
Duh.
Damn.
They are aquatic, or
Gross.
they are semi-aquatic. They can actually breathe underwater for an hour.
Ah. Oh, Chris, what you can do is I sent you my PDF for my character sheet.
I will update that.
Yes. And then, yeah,
I'll do that
I
right.
got a new spell.
Hell yeah, dude.
That reminded me because I got some water breathing techniques of my own.
Some water breeding.
Yeah.
He's drinking water.
Tastes of the sea. Tastes good.
Good.
I
Nephis.
get all my electrolytes in one sitting.
Tastes good.
There you go.
Tastes good.
Is that the right
This
one?
is the new one?
Should be.
Oh,
If I
that
did it
don't
right.
look right.
Let me just double
That's
check.
the old one.
No, that is the old one. What the hell happened?
Oh.
Custom, browse local files, Nephis, open, cloud, upload, import.
There we go.
Fuck. I don't know why that didn't work the first time, because I did exactly those steps. Maybe I did something wrong and I didn't even know it.
Oh, I didn't update my attack bonuses. What the fuck ever. Oh, okay.
Oh my
Save
god,
and load.
dude. Come on.
Uh-huh.
Today is the 7th of July, 24, room 2.
It's the end of class. You can't hand in your homework now.
Like, he could have handed it in. I just didn't put it in. I just didn't do my due diligence.
I got a bad grade too. What?
Eh.
Oh!
Yeah, mine is still
F is
fucked
for
up
you should have
too.
fucking. What do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you fucked up too.
No, you didn't update it.
I did.
Oh.
No, you did not. That's version 20. I sent you version
level
21.
12. What's 9
They're right
plus
next to each
10?
other. I might have clicked the wrong one by accident. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bitch.
I gotta save it again.
Yeah, don't look at that.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Oh.
It's okay. Whatever. I'll fix it and figure it out. You guys don't have to
Puerto
sit here and watch me do
Rico.
this.
If you go to the
It's in post.
autosave, it should still be there. And then you can
Or I can
save
just-
the autosave.
Don't worry about it. I'll handle it.
Okay.
Thank you mucho, Chris, for the session.
Thank you mucho for everybody showing up and having a good time. I can't wait for next week. It'll be awesome.
Daddy
Yeah.
put all the money on the house, on the mortgage. got a small loan of $1 million.
Yeah. I gotta buy small houses because the house I bought was too big.
I gotta get slave labor to build my house.
Damn.
I gotta get
Yeah.
slave labor to run my canteen.
Yeah,
Our kingdom is so fucked.
it's kind of awesome.
I know, right?
Okay.
This
Maybe
is
Vin,
like that,
Vin wasn't so wrong.
This is like
Slavery's
that
actually cool.
Slavery is pretty based, guys.
It's what the Roman Empire did, or what way the Roman. Okay, I'm sorry.
It always goes back to Rome, dude.
Yeah, they like bathed naked and shit, man. They like